We are live. Hello.
Was
Oh
that
boy.
before or after the makeout sounds?
God damn it.
It
did
was,
that?
it was right after. Don't worry.
That was Kyle.
I was hoping
Okay.
getting low
Oh
key
my
was
god!
It was
All
right.
right.
It was right
So this is our Super Smash Bros. Speculation podcast thing. None of us, we don't
Yeah.
have a name for it yet.
after.
Yeah,
No.
that's the
Um,
first order of business.
It should
We the
be-
boys.
It should,
Yeah.
it should be the
The
first
boys
order of
podcast.
business.
The Boys podcast. All right.
Boys.
So for now, we'll go
It's the
ahead and
placeholder
introduce
name.
ourselves. I'm Anthony. I play Smash Bros. Okay.
Yeah. Who wants to go next? We didn't set any order.
I'm
or
Alex. I like Mario.
I'm Kyle. I like fish. I play, I guess, Luigi. Nah.
I don't think it matters
Most-
who we play so much.
Yeah, I don't really
anything.
play.
I
so-
mean, you
like
lose all
fast
credibility
characters.
if you play Bayonetta.
I'm
I
Andre.
play Bayo.
Wasn't that in here?
That's Audric. He's gonna become the quiet one.
Yes.
That's Audric. He plays Bayo.
I don't play. What? Wait, hold it right there, kid. Calm down. I have respect.
And I'll just go by what everyone here calls me. I'm Taruno. That's my last name, but whatever.
Hi, Tarun.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hi, Taruna. Alrighty.
and
So
before I dropped Smash harder than a goddamn rock, I played Corn A.
yeah. So we all are pretty big fans of Smash Bros. We all, at least I, whenever Smash 4 came out, and even Brawl, I was very much into speculating about what Sakurai would put in the next game. Not to brag or anything, but I got a lot of right guesses in Smash 4.
I mean, with
anyway.
the roster as big as Smash 4 is, it'd be really hard to not get something right.
True.
Yeah.
Thanks for devaluing my.
Let him
Anyway,
have a thing.
so
It's
So
gonna be
yeah, a new
Waluigi.
Smash Bros. Game. A new fucking Smash Bros. Game has been announced. I mean, obviously we don't really know if it's a full game or if it's like a new game or a
No,
port.
it
but
is. No, don't even start with
everyone's
that.
pretty.
No, it is
yeah, everyone's-
absolutely a new game.
We're all pretty convinced it's a new game. Yeah.
There's
Technically, they haven't
literally-
confirmed
Yes.
it,
I
but
hope it.
There's zero chance
be
that
hella
it is not a
disappointed.
new game, and the biggest indication is not just the copyright date. That's like a big one, but the biggest indication for me is Breath of the Wild link. They don't just throw in an alternate costume to an old game. That does not happen.
we're getting ahead of ourselves. We're getting a bit
I
ahead
mean,
of ourselves,
unless
but
they do like an ultimate deluxe version like they did with Mario
It's
Kart.
not gonna happen.
I
for
know
me,
that
the
it
big-
isn't, but
for me, the biggest indicator that it's not Smash 4 is that the trailer didn't open with like the cross flames, like the that it usually does.
That's actually a very fair
That's
point.
not-
I never thought
Yeah,
about
It's
that.
like a Smash Bros.
And when Inkling was
It's like
revealed,
Reggie
oh by the
would
way,
be like-
Inkling was revealed.
If you don't know that by the
what-
way, you're a fucking.
If you
idiot.
don't know that by now, Inkling is a playable character. When they revealed that,
If you
it
don't
wasn't
know
like
that, get
Inkling-
out.
it wasn't like it didn't say Inkling splats in or whatever. It was just
To be
you
fair,
know,
that's
Ink-
entirely
Inkling,
a
sure.
that's entirely a Smash 4 thing.
exactly.
Inkling splat their way onto dead.
Anyway, so yeah, that's big to me. That means that
Alex, did you?
fucking
I'm sorry, but I
go ahead.
Alex, did you just say Inkling splat their way onto your dick? What? I swear to
Inklings.
It's a dead Sakurai, but yeah.
God.
Sure,
Inkling
sure.
sits on my face.
Sorry,
Anyway.
that's what I heard. Anyway,
They're 12. They're like 12. Anyway, that's big to me because that says that Sakurai at least knows that
But, I mean-
Splatoon is a big deal. I mean, obviously
I
it is.
mean, Sakurai isn't involved anymore, is he? He said he was done.
He said that. No. Apparently,
He
Sakurai.
always says that. He literally
as
always
far-
says
I believe Sakurai has come out and said that he is involved in this game.
But is he the primary director?
Yeah, he's working on
always
it.
been.
I guess to be fair, we don't know that. I'm not sure.
If he's just
I'm not sure.
He's working on it.
If he's just
I don't know
working on
why-
it, that's a big difference than hey, I'm the reason this game exists, like the other four.
True. I don't know why he wouldn't be. I mean, Smash Bros is kind of his baby.
Yeah, but so is Kirby. And
sometimes you
That's-
just
that's
want to
true.
kick the baby to the curb.
And
Anyway.
Kirby's got a lot of shit going on right now, so Smash Bros
Yeah,
is probably
Smash
not.
Bros is like an 18-year-old kid. And it's like, yo,
And yeah, as Toruno let it slip, we also know that Breath of the Wild Link was something that they showed, a new thing they showed in the trailer.
Which is
We just kind of saw a silhouette.
the biggest thing that I not right now because we were gonna open with the silhouette discussion, but I do think this needs to be brought up. Breath of the Wild Link is gonna have a different moveset, and we need to discuss it.
You think so?
Oh, absolutely.
I wanted to. Dude, Link's
Absolutely.
moveset now is boring.
I mean,
I-
if I'm not mistaken, the Hylian shield wasn't even in Breath of the Wild, so
I'm gonna go ahead and say I don't know if we should do this now or if we should wait until when we get to the just predictions and like I'll go through franchises. Like I'll go from like Mario to Donkey Kong to Zelda, stuff like that. If y'all
Mario?
want to discuss Link now, then sure. But I also, if we're gonna do that, I'd also like to discuss the implications of that. Like if it's Breath of the Wild Link, what does that mean for Zelda and Ganondorf?
that's a big point, and that actually leads really well into the silhouette discussion. So let's go ahead and kick that off right now.
Okay, silhouettes.
Awesome.
So for those who don't know, in the trailer they showed the Smash logo in the background, just like all fiery, and then just a whole plethora of silhouettes were like alongside the bottom of it that like Inkling was looking at in like awe. And some of them are really obvious. Donkey Kong, Bowser, Samus. We could like really tell easily who those are.
Yeah,
And
this is a
other
really
ones are
strange
just kind
silhouette,
of
though.
like
The others
Yeah, it's
are very up to speculation. The most notable ones being the two very thin shadows between Peach and Mario, and then Samus and Bowser. Those are.
Do you have a picture? Do you have a picture up on the stream?
I can put it up. Give me 1 second.
Okay, if you want to. I gotta find the picture myself because.
Yo, show him that one that's like really detailed.
All right, hold on.
Somebody made-
Smash,
somebody like-
switch, silhouette.
Smash. I'm just gonna put
Smash?
hold on.
This isn't. So this image wasn't like somebody upped the brightness or made it look better. It was just like it was kind of like their
Yeah.
interpretation
Yeah,
of
no,
it.
exactly. I think I saw the exact one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. I'm pulling it up now. Here we go. All
And I'll
right.
go ahead and post it.
Okay.
So the characters that this person. Okay, the ones that are obvious to me are Yoshi, Pit, DK, Peach, Ness, Mario, Link, Sheik, Samus, Pikachu, Kirby, Bowser, and then the three on the right are a bit ambiguous, but I'm pretty sure that's Fox, Captain Falcon, and either Wario or Meta Knight.
It could be either one. I think it's more conducive to Meta Knight than Wario personally, but Wario seems to be the
The one everyone thinks it is, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, everyone thinks it's Wario. I thought it was Meta Knight.
which
So I think the one on the far, okay, so the one that Toruno said was ambiguous was the one between Ness and Mario, and I think that's clearly Marth. I don't think that could be anyone else.
I personally say that if you're going, there are two theories that it could be, but we're gonna go with the one based on the silhouettes that have been outlined, which makes the negative space a lot more clear. So we're gonna go with this, and yes, I would agree that is Marth, absolutely, without a doubt.
I've heard some people say it's Bayonetta, and I'm like,
Fuck
no.
Bringing Bayonetta back would make this game dead on
No.
arrival.
Okay. I guess we could talk about that. I don't
They could
mind
do-
if they bring back Bayo. I just want them to fix her. I don't want her to be as bad, as meta breaking as she was.
Okay, and then
She was the homewrecker.
the biggest one that no one has been able to find that I personally think I've settled on, and was actually the biggest point of contention among the group, mostly because I'm the only one
Yeah.
who thinks it was not. So there are two possibilities I say it could be. Everyone thinks it's only one, and that's Ike, which understandable. It's got his stature. It's got kind of his pose from Path of Radiance. But the biggest thing that I said was the biggest point of contention. The hair is floofy enough, and the bandana was also a thing for Roy as early as Awakening. So it's been there for a while. I'm not saying it is Roy. I don't think it is. I'm saying that you should never rule out the possibility.
How tall is Roy?
I'm gonna.
Roy's pretty short.
He's
Roy is somewhat short, but he's not.
He's only slightly shorter than Marth.
But the person in the image is the same height as Samus, or even taller maybe. And Samus is like an Amazon, so I really don't think it's Roy.
I don't
Yeah,
even.
it was
You know
mine.
what? I think
Not-
they did that intentionally because
And go ahead.
it's like Mario, you know, he's pretty short, but he's not that short. Like, at least not in Smash
Well,
4.
Compared to
They
Link,
did a
he's
good
kind of
job
short.
like,
I mean, to be fair, as of Odyssey, Mario's a good bit taller than he usually is.
I guess.
and
Part of that is because I scaled down other characters, so like Peach. What was that, Audric?
that's right.
Oh, he's
Yeah, yeah,
talking to
I
his
was gonna
phone.
say,
Yeah.
in the silhouette, I don't think everyone's like all lined up together. I think some are literally, some of them are literally behind each other and
Oh no,
stuff.
that is definitely a thing, especially in the case
Yeah,
of
So like, you can't be
Pikachu and
like, oh,
Kirby.
this guy is taller than this guy because they might be standing closer, or
Farther away.
Yeah,
True. I
But
don't
yeah.
feel like height, matters too much.
but yeah, generally
Here's
the generally agreed upon solution for that silhouette is Ike, and it's pretty safe to say because, like I said, and I wouldn't like before. Like I'm gonna go ahead and say what I had said before these outlines were created. I had said Roy was on the right and Marth was on the left, but then whenever everyone did the outlines, the negative space that was created showed the bandana tails, which was what I was looking for, and why I never said it was Marth, and not why I never said it was Ike. But anyway, but yeah, so
my whole thing is that with Roy, I don't think he's necessarily cut at all. We're getting ahead of ourselves again, but I don't think he's necessarily cut. But even if you weren't, I don't think Roy is like important enough to Smash Bros. For Sakurai to be like have him one of the first characters to be revealed.
that's a very fair point, and I can agree with that.
That's
Like, look at all these
He was
other characters. They're either like the mascot of their franchise, or they're Bowser, Peach, who are very like important characters to Smash Bros. And to the franchise.
Yeah, no,
Or like Sheik.
I
Sheik
agree.
is a little strange, but
I agree. I can agree with that.
but even with that said, I also don't think Ike is either, which is why I'm kind of convinced that it's neither of them and it's someone else.
And I believe you. I think I know who you're going to segue into, and I'm going to say it's not Snake.
It's not Snake. No, I did not think it was Snake.
Okay, I was about because there have been a lot of people
Snake.
saying Snake, and I'm just like no. And there's
I've seen that too.
There's one really
Guys.
big reason why it will never be Snake, and that's the fact that there's an obvious cape to the silhouette.
Yeah.
What's up, Alex?
It's Goku.
Oh my god.
Shut up.
Go.
Shut up. This is what I mean when I say derailment. Anyway, I think it's Zelda, kind of. Not but
it's not going to be. It's not Zelda.
You don't think so?
I've seen that the same way, but that brings up the biggest point of what you actually kind of mentioned earlier. If they're bringing in Breath of the Wild Link, why would they not Why would they not bring in Breath of the Wild Zelda as well?
Yeah, that is the
Which there's
with that.
sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say.
No, go ahead.
With that said, there's a big point to make make there as well, being that how would you make Zelda combat like able when Breath of the Wild Zelda, at least for the base game, I don't know about the DLC, didn't exactly do anything.
Well, I would combat that by saying that they could just give her the champion's abilities, like
That's true.
Rivali's Gale, Daruk's Protection, stuff like that. But I don't know if we should wait until the Zelda discussion before we get into like all of this. But I really don't think that they're gonna change Zelda if they. I don't know, because they didn't from. I guess that's the moot point because they already decided they were going to change Link. But I was going to say they didn't change Zelda from Brawl to Smash 4, but when Skyward Sword was the newest game. But I mean, we already know that they're changing Link, so
I mean,
that's kind of moot.
They didn't change Link for Smash 4 either, did they?
No, he was also Twilight Princess. He just had brighter colors, so it looked kind of like a Skyward Sword-ish, or like Ocarina of Time inspired Zelda.
I think that was more just to fit with the brighter color palette of Smash 4.
Yeah, exactly. So anybody else got anything to say about the silhouettes, or should we move on to just character predictions in general, like who we want, who we expect, each franchise?
Oh, each franchise. Okay, cool.
Uh,
Well,
All right.
You gotta start with the most important one.
Mario.
Yep. We're starting with Mario.
Hey,
So to clarify, in the last game we had 7 Mario characters: Mario, Luigi, Peach, Bowser, Rosalina, Bowser Jr., and Dr. Mario, which is the largest representation of any franchise has had, I think, so far in Smash Bros. And that makes sense because Mario is the biggest franchise Nintendo has.
yes.
So I guess I'll ask: do any of y'all think that any of those 7 characters are going before we get into new characters?
If
Doc
anyone-
is definitely getting booed
Doc.
out.
I was gonna say Doc
Doc's
as
leaving.
well. I don't know if Doc will go because he's strangely iconic to the series at this point.
Kind of, yeah.
So
He is, because he's like Dr.
To
Mario's
Smash
like
Bros.
in
Or
nothing.
to Dr. Mario as a franchise? What do you mean?
to Smash Bros. Doc is pretty
Yeah.
big in Smash Bros.
He is, but I don't know if I'd say it's
Dr.
for
Mario
any-
is good. His games are good, but like nobody really remembers him from that.
Exactly.
Dr. Mario is from Melee.
I would say Dr. Mario is iconic to Smash Bros. In the same way Pichu is, and that like you remember them from Melee as like a really just out there kind of character. But I don't know if
Yeah, I remember seeing Doc and I
Sakurai's-
was like, what the hell?
yeah, I don't know if Sakurai's looking at that and saying, "Yeah, we should keep Doc." You know,
Yeah. No, I get you.
the only
Doc will
He
be
only-
reduced to an alternate's costume. I'm calling it right now.
I hope they
he
do.
only got into Smash 4 as a technicality because they were like, we don't have time to program these characters. Or I guess it was, Sakurai thought, oh, Dr. Mario is like ever so slightly different because he has the tornado, so and the Mega Vitamin. So we'll make him his own character, which they didn't have to do.
And
They
he's
could have
slower.
just made. They could have just made Mega Vitamin a special move, like a custom move,
Yeah. Man,
Or-
whatever.
fuck! I should have gotten a drink before starting. God damn it! I'll be right back. I'll be right
It's
back.
alright.
This is so unprofessional.
Okay.
What do y'all think about Rosalina, Bowser Jr.? Okay. I'm just gonna say this before any discussion continues. Mario, Luigi, Peach, Bowser are all staying because they've been around
course.
since Melee. Luigi's been around since 64, and Mario. No, they're totally gonna cut Mario, guys.
Yeah, Mario's gone, dude. Fuck Mario. Okay.
I do want to talk about the theory that everyone I've seen thrown around that they were trying to promote Odyssey Mario on the in the trailer. Because it was like Breath of the Wild Link, and everyone's trying to be like, "Oh, it's Super Mario Odyssey Mario." Do y'all
That's
have
so
any?
stupid.
There's probably going to be an alt with Cappy, but I don't.
Yeah, I think it'll be like a.
I don't know about probably. I mean, it's likely, but I don't know. Maybe a taunt or something.
Okay, yeah, there.
They're not going to change Mario that much. Like, they're not going to change him so drastically to like fit
what?
the most recent game because he's since 64. He's had Fireball, Tornado, Super Jump Punch. They're not just going to change that.
There's something really cool Nintendo does that everyone kind of just forgets about.
What's
at least
that?
right now. When it comes to like cool stuff like Cappy and shit, you know, might be reduced to a fucking item
It's true, I guess.
because
Hey,
Cappy
we're
gets
talking about Mario. They said a lot of people are speculating that they were trying to promote, since it was Breath of the Wild Link, they were trying to promote that it was Mario Odyssey Mario in the trailer.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, that's
No, it's not.
like the biggest thing. Even if we didn't see in the trailer that there's no eyes on his hat, I would argue that changing a character's moveset so drastically is not something that they would just do.
Now, see, there is one argument you could make, and that they could possibly change his down B to Cappy so that he could get like more recovery options, kind of like he has in.
Please.
Huh?
What's that?
I hate flood. I hate flood. I hate using flood. I hate cheesing people with flood.
Yeah, I don't like Flood either.
Okay.
You could say that they could possibly go and give him Cappy, but rather than changing his entire moveset, just make him be like a recovery option.
Yeah, he could like throw him or something.
Yeah,
What?
perhaps.
And
Yeah, okay. When I say they've never changed the character's moveset like that, or they won't. Obviously, they have with like in Smash 4, they gave Zelda Phantom, and they had to, because they were separating Zelda and Sheik. They had to give her a new down B, and same goes for Sheik. I don't know why they replaced
I
Chain Whip
think
with
Odyssey
Burst
is
Grenade.
important enough in the Mario series to garner one moveset change from Mario at least.
I would have said the same thing about Galaxy when Galaxy came out, but they didn't change anything about Mario for that. In fact, they gave him a Sunshine move, which is not that big of a deal as a game, you know?
I mean, it wasn't at the time,
I'm
but
just-
nowadays it's a lot bigger.
Well,
I
Galaxy came out sooner than Odyssey did. After Sunshine.
All I'm
Odyssey
saying
took,
is,
like,
you know,
how long?
Damn, you're right. It has
Like
been
a year?
really fucking long time since fucking. It was a really fucking long
Galaxy?
time between Galaxy and Odyssey. Holy shit!
Odyssey.
I never thought
It
about
was,
that.
yeah. All I'm saying is, you know, if they didn't change Mario's moveset to reflect Galaxy in Smash 4 or 3D World or whatever the most recent Mario game was, I don't feel like they're going to do that again in Odyssey. I'm sure they're going to promote the shit out of Odyssey. There's going to be a stage, there's going to be a taunt, a bunch of trophies, but I don't feel like they're going to change Mario just to reflect one game.
You never know.
Then why did they change him in Brawl to Sunshine? That makes no sense as well.
Yeah. Anyway.
That didn't make sense, so it won't make sense here, and it doesn't matter. It's like it can happen, basically.
It
I'll
can't
go ahead
happen-
and throw in what I... Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say it can't happen, but don't count on it.
Yeah.
What did
Okay.
did we cover Doc sufficiently enough? I feel like we both did we come to a consensus, I guess is what I should say. I think I want to say they're going to cut him because he didn't really deserve to be playable in the first place. And he's not like a unique character. I feel like they're going to, just because that's what they did in Brawl. They were like, he doesn't need to be in Melee. But the fact that Sakurai made him a playable character a second time, just out of the blue, was like, yeah, let's bring back Doc, says to me that maybe he really just likes the character, or he really likes the idea of Doc and Mario being kind of separate, like having that kind of flexibility with that moveset. So
I think they were like, some people like playing Ganondorf. Maybe that's what Doc is to some people when it comes to Mario.
I suppose.
He probably, like you said, yeah, he wants people to have that option. It's like, I like Mario, but he's too good. So, and my friends hate me when I down throw up to people. So,
You mean,
Right.
No, I was gonna say the scummiest move in the game, but no, Cloud's entire existence is that.
What's that?
no, but like I'm talking about like early on Smash 4, like Mario down throw up till 7 times.
So obviously what I want to happen is that Dr. Mario will be an alt, but I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say. As for Rosalina Bowser Jr., I want to say that they're both still in. Especially Rosalina.
BJ, he's got to come back.
I would say
He's
Rosalina is almost.
cool of a character to just be like, whatever. He was one game, whatever.
Of the two of them, I would say Bowser Jr. is the most likely to be axed because he was the one that they didn't reveal before the game came out. He was kind of a last-minute addition, I believe, from what I hear at least. I'm not saying he's gone. I'm not saying he is. I think he's gonna stick around because he's a unique moveset and a unique character. But
He was
of
one
the
of
two
the
of them,
last revealed. Wasn't that's true? Not
he wasn't. Well, they didn't reveal him until after the 3DS version was out in Japan. Oh, sorry, world. Oh yeah, it was in Japan. Yeah, it wasn't worldwide. That was dumb. They should have released them worldwide. All right. So, anybody else got anything to say about like characters we already have?
Not really. At least in terms of
Okay.
Mario.
Then I suppose we'll
Characters
move
from Mario?
on to new. Okay, Kyle. Anything?
Just characters from Mario, or
Yeah, like the characters we already have in Mario. Do you think anyone going to get cut or changed dramatically? Anything?
No.
Okay. Then I'll go ahead and move into new characters from the Mario franchise.
Not gonna happen. None. I don't see any happening.
None?
I don't see any.
Really?
I see one. I see one.
I hope
Who's
it's
that,
Everybody
Alex?
wants and is important. It's Toad.
Oh
Toad
my
should be in the game.
god, it's not gonna happen. Not.
We
I
dream
have
of
to-
Toad.
I have to
Toad is
mention.
unique enough.
Oh yeah, speaking from the fact that just speaking away, not even having anything to do with the fact that I just really like Toad as a character. I think Toad is a very important character to Mario. He's been in as many games as like Peach at this point. Not exactly, but
How would you play him? Like, what would you do with his moveset?
I've already come up with like
Obviously, don't know anything.
I've come up with so many movesets for Toad.
Okay,
He
let's
could
not
represent.
let's not get in that
Okay.
into that thing.
I'll just talk about like an aspect of him. He could just kind of represent all of the power-ups that aren't already represented. You know, like Mario has Fireball and Cape. So, but then there's like so many power-ups from like New Super Mario Bros., Mario 3D World, 3D Land, all those games, Mario Bros. 3. You know, he could just represent those.
He could have like a thing from Mario 2. Because that game is representing to Peach. He could have something from that game.
Peach already kind of has a lot from that. But, I mean...
I know. I mentioned
you're
that.
not...
I'm saying, like, you could have something from that game.
True.
That's true.
And
he had a problem with the game.
And now he has his own game in Captain Toad. Like, he has a bunch of stuff to represent him from that game.
It's perfectly reasonable to expect him, honestly.
I would say maybe. I don't want to fucking... I don't know if I want to throw my chips on this one, because usually I'm quick to call characters, but in this case, Toad isn't really like a super hype character. I feel like a lot of the things, a lot of the new characters in Smash 4 were just kind of like, hey, fucking huge deals, like Little Mac, Greninja, I don't know about Palutena, Shulk. They were all like, oh my god, this character's in the game. And that was kind of a big deal. Pac-Man, Mega Man, all that jazz. So I don't know if Toad is really that.
I honestly don't see it happening at all, but that's just me being a cynic.
I don't see Toad happening. I think Captain Toad might be a bit more likely, but
I think you're right, Kyle, that Captain Toad would be a bit more likely, but the reason why I don't think they should, and I think Sakurai knows this, is because Captain Toad, if you wanted... Okay, think about having just Toad in the game, and then having like a Captain Toad alt. If you were to put Captain Toad in the game by himself, you would completely remove the ability to be able to play as like regular Toad, or like blue spot, yellow spot Toad from New Super Mario Bros.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So, like, he could, even if he is just regular Toad, I feel like he would still have Captain Toad as like a moveset, like Captain Toad base moves, I guess.
I get you.
Any other characters from Mario y'all want to talk about?
None. Absolutely
Really?
none. There's none that I can see happening.
Because there's a lot of other options that I see a lot of people talk about online. Waluigi,
That's definitely not happening.
Paper Mario.
Again,
I would love
Lucas
Paper
would be
Mario.
fucking
He is
screaming
cool.
about
I want Paper
Luigi.
Mario.
None of them are shoo-ins. Like none of them
No,
are,
they're not.
None of them are even like worth discussing. Honestly, the odds of them getting in are so minuscule. It's not worth it.
I just want to mention them for the sake of fairness, but I will talk about the reason why Waluigi won't get in.
He doesn't have a game.
He doesn't have a fucking game.
It's not just that. Like, Palutena doesn't have her own game. It's just
I
like...
guess.
It's not even a thing you can argue anymore.
I mean, she's kind of...
Waluigi...
Rosalia doesn't
like-
have her own game.
True, but I mean,
hold on.
some people consider...
Okay, counterpoint. They might not have their own game, but they're very core characters to the games they're in.
Exactly.
Yeah, Rosalina is very important to Galaxy 1 and 2. Palutena is very core to Uprising.
She's core to the series as a whole, isn't she?
The whole series, but especially Uprising, because that's where you hear her amazing voice. Anyway. But I just want to say about Waluigi, the reason why he won't get in, even though I want him, and even though I guess Sakurai could work around this if he wanted to, but the reason he won't is because he's a Mario character who only exists because of Wario. And Wario has constantly been represented through like the WarioWare franchise, not the Mario franchise. Like, he's always in the biker outfit. You could play as a plumber outfit too, sure, but when you think of Wario in Smash, you think of WarioWare. And to have Waluigi in a game, just if he were in the Wario franchise, or if they considered him a Wario character, that'd be weird because he's never been in a Wario game.
Exactly.
But being in the Mario franchise is even weirder because it's like, but he only exists because of
Mario's not even
Wario.
associated with the Mario franchise when it comes to labeling him. His icon is Wario. Like, it's not.
Yep.
It's the W, yeah. So that's the reason why Waluigi won't get in. Also, just because like what he doesn't have like a big move set. Like I can't. I could come up with a moveset if I wanted to, but it's like is Sakurai really looking at Waluigi like, yeah, this guy, he needs to be in Smash. Like he's got such moveset potential, you know?
Yeah.
It's because Waluigi's a meme.
Yeah, he's basically just a living meme.
Yep.
Uh,
Is that it in terms of Mario?
and then
He's a realistic meme.
I don't know.
People could have.
I also wanted to talk about Paper Mario. I don't think Paper Mario is likely. I just want to say that the Mario RPG franchise, like
Okay.
Mario, Luigi, Paper Mario, is
Hold on.
kind of big. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say we cannot take like a huge amount of time discussing every single fucking character. Like there are gonna be times where we're gonna have to just say, "Hey, this character exists," and bounce because we have a lot more to discuss.
I guess. All right,
I mean,
I'll
we
move
can
on
do
to.
more.
We'll move on to smaller franchises. Not smaller franchises. We'll move on to Yoshi and Wario. Do you guys think they're getting any new characters?
No.
Yoshi.
Alright, cool.
Well, Wario has the potential of getting Ashley, but that's literally it. And I don't think that they're going to get Ashley because she's
Alright.
already an assist trophy. So no.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you came to that conclusion because I really think, yeah, no character from WarioWare is big enough to be like their own character.
The only one who is an assist trophy. So.
But even Ashley, like, she debuted in Touch, which is not the first game in the series. Like, I would say Mona and Jimmy and 9volt are all more likely than Ashley because she's not even, like, sure, she's the most popular character, but she's not, she's been in less games than most of the characters. So, I don't know.
Yeah, but Ashley's song.
Yeah,
that's
really
that's
makes
true.
it more iconic.
That's kind of, it's kind of the reason most people know who she is, honestly.
All right. So yeah,
Anyway.
nothing from
No Wario character, no Yoshi character. Who would they add from Yoshi?
Literally
Kamek
no
is
one.
the only one I can think of.
Like,
Let's move on to Donkey Kong. Poochie.
Not really. I mean, same deal with Mario. Honestly, like there are characters they could add, but not really any that I see them adding because none of them are really just.
Dixie Kong.
All right, Donkey Kong. I want to say this before we get into this. Smash 4 completely shafted Donkey Kong as far as just in general, as far as any kind of representation, because the new stage they added sucked. There was no new assist trophy and there was no new character. Even though at that point I would have said Donkey Kong was definitely a big enough franchise to have a new character.
I mean, I don't disagree, but I mean it's kind of like I don't know. I feel like the other Donkey Kong characters fit more as assist trophies than actual characters.
Except
I
none
feel
of
like
them are.
most of the
If that makes
Kongs
sense.
can be categorized like that, but Dixie is
I don't
way
know.
more important than most of the Kongs.
I mean, I
Dixie
can
Kong-
kind of see Dixie maybe, but like the others, I just can't really see in the game like I can any other character that like I can see added. It's just like, if that makes sense. I don't really know how to put it towards, but it's just like none of the other characters strike me as ones that would be playable.
Like Funky Kong and Cranky. No, I agree with you.
Like, even if
I want Reggie to announce Cranky Kong.
What would the moveset be?
At the VGAs, Reggie's just like, dude, Cranky Kong.
Cranky Kong is in Smash.
No, the same
Anyway.
though, Kyle. That's exactly why I don't think Dixie Kong would be in either. Because I mean, what the fuck would her moveset be if not just fucking Diddy?
It wouldn't be too difficult to devise one because Diddy Kong, most of Diddy Kong's moveset is just like monkey flip. Like he's never done that. You know, use banana peel. Like it wouldn't be too hard to do the same thing with Dixie. Just like you know,
My main concern is her being a semi-clone of Diddy.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm afraid of too. Is if she is added to the game, I don't want her to be a clone or a semi-clone. But the thing is, she has like she has her ponytail twirl, and then like most of her moveset could involve her hair. You know, like
true.
that's kind of her defining
true.
thing is she fights with her hair.
That's fair.
That's a
I
better
want to say though,
character.
I think better than Bayo. I want to say though, Dixie was like my number one, like most not I guess the character I expected the most. But other than like Little Mac and Shulk, I really expected Dixie Kong to be in Smash 4 because DK had two new promotional games at that time, Returns and Tropical Freeze, and she was playable in Tropical Freeze, and I just felt like that was enough of a reason. Like she was a really big character, and then it just didn't happen, and I was like, what the fuck? So
Tropical Freeze 2 is happening, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's
happening
not
this week.
two. It's just it's a port basically.
Oh, That's lame. Well, maybe
Yeah.
maybe that'll be enough to get her in.
Tropical Freeze 2.
I don't fucking know, man. I don't keep up with this shit.
I know.
Donkey Kong Country.
Here's my thing about DK as a franchise. The fact that they didn't get anything in Smash 4 says to me that Sakurai does not consider it that big of a deal, especially since DK is way bigger of a franchise in the West than it is in Japan.
Yeah.
Like another
It's not like
franchise
whatever DK.
that we'll get into in a bit.
Which one?
Metroid, but we'll get
Oh,
into
I was,
that in
I
a
was
bit.
actually about to say let's go right into that because I have a lot I want to discuss with this one.
I was gonna do Zelda
Who
next.
will be
but
in the Metroid?
I want to say I really want King K. Rool, but he's not likely because he hasn't been in a DK game. Okay, all right, y'all want to move on to Metroid? Let's do that.
Let's do Metroid because there's a really big point that I really want to bring up right now, and that
Don't
is,
say Ridley.
fuck no, fuck Ridley. I don't want him as a playable character, and people that
Ridley
won't
would be awful.
he really would, but no.
No,
There's a
all right,
huge
whatever.
point of contention here, and it really needs to be said, and that is Silex
Prime 4.
and
Oh,
Prime 4
from
exactly.
the Prime games.
Yes, because
Go
Prime
ahead and
4
say
is
your thing about Silex.
Yes, it does, because Prime 4 is pretty much confirmed to be all about Silex.
No, I'm saying go ahead and say your thing about him
Oh.
because
So,
go ahead.
so it's just there are a few things to be said here. First of all, obviously he first appeared in the game that literally fucking no one cared about, like even less than Other M. It's a fun game, but it was on the DS and therefore the controls were garbage. But the thing about Silex,
Hunters for those who don't know.
if people don't know, they're plebs. Anyway, Silex was treated as this really big deal even in Hunters, and it was like, you know, he was the only one of the Hunters that could stand toe to toe with Samus, give her trouble, and then also get away in the end. And it was like, you know, there was nothing about him. There was no information other than, hey, he stole a Federation prototype suit that was meant to mock Samus's suit.
Right.
So it was just kind of like, okay, this is pretty interesting. And then there was no word or anything for a while until Metroid Prime 3, which obviously had a ship following the 100% ending. And then Darkness for the whole series, unfortunately. And then Federation Force came out, and people were like, but my real Metroid, even though the game itself is a fun party game. Anyway, in the post-credit scene, I think for 100%ing the game, Silex reappears. Oh boy.
Go ahead.
So,
No.
oh, sorry.
No, I'm just saying because I really go ahead and finish because I really have to. I have a thing I gotta say. Go ahead.
I want to say Dark Samus.
I don't see Dark Samus having. She's, again, that's another character that I see more as an assist trophy than anything. Anyway,
Same.
and it's just like, so they're obviously trying to hype up Silex, and the Silex storyline isn't dead. That's confirmed. And Metroid Prime 4 is obviously going to continue the story because it's Prime. It's the Prime story.
Right.
And the only place that they can go is Silex. And so obviously they're hyping it up, and Metroid Prime 4 is coming out really soon, and his inclusion would be a big deal because hype for the game and publicity. Anyway, that's all I want to say.
All right. To counter that, I'm not saying anything you're saying is wrong, or that Silex won't be in the game. Maybe he will, but I'm saying that Metroid, like Donkey Kong, is one of those franchises that is not that big of a deal in Japan,
Anyways.
and especially Metroid Prime, because they like, and Sakurai knows this because every time they make a new stage or anything from Smash Bros, they're like, yeah, we'll put in Norfair from Super Metroid, and then we'll give like what was that stage from Brawl that was like Frigate
or
yeah,
Frigate Orphean.
and they're like it's like they're throwing us bones, like they're like, here's some stuff from Metroid Prime because we know the people like Metroid Prime, but it's like there's no heart behind it. It's very much like, yeah, we don't care. You just in Smash 4 they were like, put in a Pyrosphere from Other M, you know. I don't know. To me, I don't think Sakurai cares about Metroid Prime.
I mean, I don't think it's so much that. I don't think it's necessarily that, rather, as it is just Metroid itself doesn't really have a lot to offer Smash. As
I guess.
whole.
Yeah,
Like the
that's
only
true.
character.
Like, it shows even more when he doesn't bother to change your moveset at all.
I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, to be fair, it doesn't really need to be changed other than get her sex kick back, please. Anyway,
She needs a crawl. She needs to fucking crawl, man.
I mean, yeah,
Also,
for
they
flavor
can pull
purposes,
stuff.
but
They could pull stuff from the new game on 3DS.
Yeah, I actually kind of hope they do, honestly.
yes, absolutely, I agree. She
Like,
could actually have a
I've
counter
seen-
with the
I've
stuff
seen
on the
gameplay of how
3DS.
she plays, and I'm just like, that is so sick.
I think the funniest thing is you could technically give her a witch time with the 3DS game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we need more of that.
Please,
more wait
please
time in
don't.
Smash.
Please don't.
I don't think they should either. I think they should go ahead and give
I-
her the melee counter though.
I have two. You mean the melee sex kick?
No, like the straight up melee counter from.
From returns.
Sakurai had like a spinning fetish in Smash 4. He was like, everyone has to spin.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
That was,
Spinning
you're
fetish.
really. Who knows? Maybe that was Namco Bandai's decision. Anyway, I had 2 points. I forgot one of them, but I just want to say, Metroid as a franchise. I do want to kind of touch on Ridley, but I'll be brief. Ridley is kind of the most important character in Metroid, but that doesn't mean I think he's going to be in the game. Other than Samus, other than Samus, he's kind of the most important. He has a very profound impact on her like childhood, having killed her parents, and on who she is as a character. That doesn't mean I think he's going to be playable because Sakurai has made it clear in the past that he just doesn't. He thinks he's too big. You know,
Is too damn big.
he's been a boss in 2 games in a row. Like, I feel like Sakurai knows this guy doesn't really.
It's not gonna work.
He's like, yeah, stop.
Yeah,
I
like,
mean, I
boss and
think
all.
if Sakurai really wanted to make him work, he could. But
if there was I would say
He's
that if he
refusing.
that let's say that Ridley is indeed a possibility. Just fuck it, throw it out there. The game they
Right.
would have to pull him from would be Samus Returns. That's when he's been at his smallest without being a fucking NES thing.
Sprite, yeah.
And but it's also when he has the most complete moveset. Like he has more than
I
just,
have not gotten to Ridley and Samus Returns.
I don't
you
even
care
have
about spoilers.
No, go ahead and talk about it.
He has combos fucking in Samus Returns, and he's also like it's more that like he has his classic moves, but then he also has like AoE moves. He has more like smashy moves and stuff like that, and he has like his claw swipes are like way more defined and shit. It's just
Right.
like you could build a moveset just based on that one boss fight. It's that easy. So it's just like
Yeah, I mean-
so there is a
That's all I
point
got.
to be made for Ridley, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think it's that likely either. Also, it's important to note that every game that Ridley appears, he's never the main villain. He's always working for Mother Brain or working with just the space pirates, you know?
Or just for money in general, like in Samus Returns.
Exactly.
Well, he's Samus's main like.
He,
Uh,
He's the
Nemesis,
most
yeah.
recurring villain for obvious reasons, but it's just kind of like
Yeah.
And it's just like you could like again. There are plenty of he should never not be in a Smash game in some form, but
yeah, no, he's not going to be playable. Or if he is, I don't want to rule him out, but I just think it's the hype for Ridley has built him up so much that if they were to ever actually reveal him as a playable, people would just be kind of disappointed. It'd be like, that's it, really? That's what
Oh,
you did with him?
fuck, you know
Okay.
what? We forgot to mention one thing.
I think
About-
I think the hype comes from just including him. I don't think there'll be disappointed because I don't know
You
if
think so?
half regular people know what the hell he would even do. Like, I just formed Ridley. Smash Bros. Samus sucks. I hate her.
Okay.
That's Anthony in a nutshell.
That's me.
Yeah, you hate Samus.
I don't hate Samus.
Smash 4.
Oh, yeah, in Smash 4, she's
Let's
pretty
get
lame.
back to real characters that we can expect. So, Stance from Undertale. Big evidence that
God, stop!
Yeah, man, Undertale's on Switch, so he's totally gonna...
I would
So
so
Frizz-
myself. Please no.
Dante, we got
Anyway,
Mighty Number
shut up.
9.
Shut up. So, Silex, are you calling him, or are you just saying
I'm saying he's likely. I'm not. Calling
Yeah,
him that.
I kind of want to agree with you, but...
I'm
Oh,
saying-
I remember what my point was.
Will he add to the edgy characters?
He if this were a discussion about Smash 4, I would say that Metroid is, well, I would say it's big enough to get a new character, but I don't. Metroid is kind of a series that's about Samus. It's not really about anyone else. It's not really a game that's about the characters.
Well, that's the thing.
And
if you're gonna if you're going to make that argument, Silux's whole arc is about Samus and how he's actually like he's the only hunter that has given her a run for her money. Like Ridley hasn't, like, you know, he's done shit, but he hasn't really. He's given her a run for her money. He's gone full toe to toe with her and come out alive. He's been tailing her against her knowledge for fuck knows how long now. He's succeeding in whatever he's doing, and his whole goal in the end is to kill Samus. Whatever he's doing, he's making progress, unlike the others. So if you're gonna make it the argument that it's all about Samus, I'd argue that kind of works for Silux in this case, just because of how really involved the plotline is with him.
Right.
Which is also really fucking weird for a Metroid game.
It is, yeah. I actually know a thing or two about that. I actually did my research.
Let me just adjust my glasses here.
Just love you.
That's kind of what I was getting into. And not necessarily that Silux, not necessarily that argument, but just the fact, if this were for Smash 4, I would have made that argument. But the fact that Metroid is, like, it's not that it's grown as a franchise since Smash 4, but just, you know, everyone losing their minds over this Metroid Prime 4 teaser says to me that Metroid is definitely big enough. I mean, I already knew this, but definitely big enough to get a new franchise or a new character. And I think Sakurai's kind of looking at that. So I don't want to call a new Metroid character.
I don't either.
I think
I'm not saying that it's going to happen. I'm saying it's a good chance that it will happen.
Yeah, I would say Metroid has a better chance than, I don't know,
Than DK.
Kirby. Well, no, not Kirby. Maybe
Bigger
DK.
chance than F-Zero.
All right.
Yeah, no, I would say Kirby actually has a really good chance of getting
you know
a new
what?
character,
I
especially
want to
with Star
talk
Allies.
about. Before we move on to Kirby, I want to talk about Zero Suit Samus.
She's gonna be in.
Because I think she's gonna stay too. But the reason why she was her own character in Smash 4 was because they had to get rid of transformations for the 3DS. Do you think they're gonna merge?
No.
Do you think they're gonna merge Samus and Zero Suit again?
Nope.
No.
Not
Nope.
at all.
Nah.
They
I
are
don't think so
too
either.
unique. Like both Sheik and Zero Suit Samus were way too unique in their own rights with Smash 4, and it would be
Imagine if Samus could just turn into Zero Suit at will, like Zelda and Sheik. That would be crazy.
it would
Well,
definitely,
in Brawl,
Let's
you
say,
kind of
you get your
could.
ass kicked, I'm gonna just go Zero Suit and down B spike you.
okay.
You kind
I
of
would like-
could, but
okay.
you had to like. Go ahead.
If we're gonna let's say that they do want to add transformations back in. I would say, what if they didn't make it like one of their
Final
special
Smash?
moves or Final Smash? It doesn't need to be the Final Smash. Fuck that. No, please no. But no, what I was gonna say was they can make it like a special input or something.
Like a taunt. Oh yeah, input.
Like not like a taunt or an input or something like that. But that's only if they're gonna add transformations back, which I doubt.
Yeah,
I don't think what's happening.
I don't think they're going to with Sheik, Zelda, Samus, Zero Suit Samus, or even bring back the Pokemon Trainer. But if they have an idea for a new transformation character, they could. I'm not saying they will, but I don't know. They could. Okay, so y'all mentioned Kirby, but I want to move on to Zelda because that's kind of the one that has the most
Yeah.
things to talk about.
It really does. Although, honestly, if you're gonna say that, I would say let's leave it for last because holy shit, that's gonna take up so much time.
Yeah, especially
All
because
right,
we have
I guess we'll-
some new things happening because of Breath of the Wild Link.
I guess we should move on to Kirby then, since y'all were anxious to do that one.
It's not so much anxious to talk about as it is just that's definitely I'd say the series aside from Zelda that has the biggest chance of getting a new character.
And who would that character be, Torino? Because I already know who you know who it is.
It's been so long since I fucking played a Kirby game. Like since I played because I haven't played a game, but since I've kept up with the series, literally all I know is that Star Allies exists and that it has a bunch of returning characters.
Bandana Waddle-Dee?
Yeah, Bandana Waddle-Dee.
Yes,
not even saying.
Please, yes. Oh my god, Bandana D is my boy.
He's happening, dude. He has to.
I would have said even if we didn't have Bandana Waddle Dee as like as the kind of biggest Kirby character, I would say Kirby is kind of set for a new character. But because he is like he's always been the one that's the most important after Meta Knight and Dedede, I feel like he's definitely the one that they would look towards for a new character.
Yes.
Because who else is there? Like Gooey, Magalore, Prince Fluff, like Marks, I guess. None of them are like that big of a deal. They're all like one-off villains or one-off characters who happen to have cameos.
Yeah, Galactonite better be an alt costume, dude. Not like a color scheme like in Smash 4, which is gay. I want an alternate costume, Galactonite.
All right.
Cool. I'd say Kirby is
neat.
very likely to get a new character, and if it's gonna be anyone, it would be Bandana D.
Bandana Waddle Dee.
I hope it's gonna be Bandana D. He's my boy.
I have to ask though.
Yes.
What do y'all think they're gonna name him? Do you think they're gonna call him Bandana Waddle Dee, Bandana D? Because he's never actually gone by that name in game, as far as I know. They've always just kind of referred to him as. They've always kind of referred to him as Waddle Dee, like as far as I know.
I thought he was Bandana D in Return to Dreamland.
I don't think they ever called him anything in that game. Hold on, let me just Bandana D. We're professional, guys.
I mean, fuck it. I've seen so many podcasts look shit up on stream. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I know.
And if anything takes too long, you can just edit it out.
Exactly.
Well, that defeats the whole point of the podcast.
They've called him Bandana. They've called him Bandana Waddle Dee in promotional material, never in game, as far as I know.
So he's just kind of
always
Waddle Dee.
I don't think his name really matters.
I don't. Well, it kind of does.
I mean, look at Toon Link. Like nobody calls him Toon Link. He's just another Link.
No,
They named him.
You kind of call him Toon Link.
Do you mean?
I want to call him that in the game.
Oh,
he
yeah,
means
no,
if you're playing when you're playing
in-game,
Wind Waker, you don't call him Toon Link. You just call him Link. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, all right, they'll just call him something.
So yeah, I'd say if Bandana D made it into the game, he'd probably be Bandana D.
The stage was set for him to be in Smash 4 because they removed Waddle Dee's from Dedede's side B and his final Smash. So I was like, even back then, I didn't call him necessarily, but I was like, that.
But got cut.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but it just seems strange that they were like, we did that, but I mean, it's probably just it probably has to do with 3DS limitations again.
Yeah, they're probably like, let's add the big A dance again.
I mean,
The big A dance.
The DDD only throws Gordos in 4, right?
Yeah, only Gordos.
Thought so.
Separate character model. They're just literally like an item.
Yeah.
That was easier.
So-
I think it was for the better, like just because Gordos are more annoying than these.
I want to say going into this though is that Smash 4 kind of covered all the important characters. Like they brought in all the characters that we were kind of missing, like Little Mac, Villager, characters that I was like they should be in Smash. Oh, they're in Smash. Like for this going into this game, I have very little expectations. Like I don't know. I mean, I have obviously. I'm saying going into this game, I'm thinking there's a lot of character. I can't really think of too many characters that would pad out the roster that like are necessary. Obviously, I can think of like important ones per franchise.
The biggest one I think that we should really discuss would be Fire Emblem, because I think Fire Emblem's going to get the biggest roster change out of any series.
I think
They added so many fucking characters in 4. They're like, all right, we gotta cut some of these fuckers out.
Yeah, let's do Fire Emblem actually, because I have a few opinions. I have not been playing the recent Fire Emblem games, not because I don't like them, but because I haven't had the money, and also kind of, I guess to be fair, Fates kind of turned me off with its marketing. But I'm getting off topic.
I mean, Fates aside from
Waifu
the
Simulator.
supports. Fates aside from like the characters, specifically in supports. If you're going off of story, fuck no, they're garbage. But Fates aside from the characters in supports and the OST was absolute trash. So,
right.
But no, Echoes is the biggest point of contention here, and then obviously the upcoming
Echoes
Switch.
being the most recent Fire Emblem game, a remake of what was it, the second Fire Emblem game, second Fire Emblem game starring Alm and Celica.
Alm is pretty good chance of getting in.
I
would say that of Alm or Celica, the one that is most likely to get in, even though Alm's the more popular one. Actually, no, Celica's the more popular one now that I think about it. Would be Celica because she has the more unique moveset, having magic and swords. Basically, the new Robin, but better.
All right, let's get something out of the way. Do y'all think they're gonna get rid of Lucina or any of the characters from Smash 4?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they're going to drop everyone,
will
but
stay.
they're probably going to drop
Corn.
everyone but Roy and Ike. Not Roy and Ike, Marth and Ike. Sorry, I don't know why I said Roy.
Everyone.
I think Corrin will be bopped.
Corn will be bopped.
Really?
Robin's going to be bopped. And
Oh, Robin's staying, dude. What the hell?
I also think Robin is staying, not because Awakening.
and like far apart from every other character. So like, why would they
It's not because Awakening is like a. I know everyone has their issues with Awakening, but I'm not saying I don't think Robin is an important character on his own. But the fact that he represents a mage character, avatar character.
Let me explain this. Okay, let me explain.
I'm sure he could be replaced. I'm just saying.
You know what I was going to say? If Celica makes it in, it's almost guaranteed that Robin will be cut because then we will have a sword mage.
I mean, yeah. I don't think they're going to do that, though. I really don't.
I personally disagree because there's a lot more room for uniqueness in Celica's thing.
Just looking at the history of Fire Emblem, it's like they had Marth and Roy.
Yo,
Go ahead.
Fire Emblem gets spoiled with characters like.
What?
Like there's too many.
No, not even that fact. The fact that like, I'm pretty sure. I think Corrin's like game wasn't even out.
Yeah,
it wasn't even
it
out.
was in Japan.
It was not out. It was not out in America when she was announced, but it was out by the time that she was added.
Yes.
That's kind of annoying, and like they don't do that for any other franchise.
They really
like,
don't.
Why? Why? Do they
Yeah, because Roy was also added to Melee long before his game came out anywhere.
It was
Why
about a
do
year or
they
two.
get treatment?
Actually, no, I think it was a few months.
Yeah.
But no,
Even still, that's the first and only time that's happened because technically Corrin, we knew about Corrin.
yeah.
Well,
no.
I don't know.
They'd already started marketing it. It was purely a publicity move.
Yeah, I think it was
which
just Sakurai saw the
brings-
character and was like, "Hey, that character looks cool." So
I mean, he did something really fucking unique with her. Like, holy shit, I would love to
That's
have
what I
her
do with
back, but I know she's
Greninja,
not
so
coming
I guess
back,
you know what?
unfortunately.
oh god, I gotta stop talking over. Did you mention Greninja?
Yeah, like I think. Never mind. You know, I kind of take that back because they did the same thing with Greninja. He wasn't even out.
Yes, I was just gonna say that actually. Greninja was a
Pokemon's
character
more
that.
important than Fire Emblem will ever be. So
True.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
yeah.
Come on, don't argue that.
No. I was about to, but I was just like, no. As big as Fire Emblem is, it's not fucking Pokemon of all things. Jesus Christ, no.
yeah,
But-
I wasn't saying it.
I was
saying
gonna make the argument that Fire Emblem was like an up and coming series, like big time, but it's
Right.
not Pokemon. I was just like, I
So-
just kind of realized where I was making that argument. I was like, oh wait, never mind, no, misplaced
Toronto,
argument.
Toronto, you said you think they're gonna cut everyone other than Marth and Ike. You think they're gonna cut Corrin?
Okay, let me rephrase that.
And Roy?
I think the only two that are guaranteed to stay are Marth and Ike.
I agree with that. Marth and Ike are the two that are most definitely sticking around. But I
would
also think, just because of the uniqueness of Robin and Corrin, I think Sakurai will keep them, or at least tweak them.
I think that he's gonna keep one of them. If he's gonna keep,
I think he's keeping Robin.
If
That's
not
fair.
only was he was
Yeah,
in the
I
base
guess
game.
to be fair, Corrin was a DLC character, not really like a.
Corrin was a DLC
priority.
character, I would say that he's most likely to keep Robin, but unless Celica gets added, in which case,
Okay, so
which is a
Y'all-
huge unless. I don't think it's gonna happen, but if she does, I'd say Robin's probably not gonna stay.
so you mentioned you think Lucina. So you guys think Lucina and Roy are all? You guys both think that, or you guys all think that?
I'd say Lucina and Roy are most likely to get
I
cut.
think Lucina is more
Yeah.
likely. Like
Lucina is one of those
Roy is
characters
like
that should
Sonic
be
to
in.
Smash more than he is to Fire Emblem. I think Roy has a decent chance of coming back. That's my
I think
opinion.
Roy has a way better chance of Lucina because he's unique.
Roy would come back way sooner than Lucina would. Absolutely. Though
Boys
they
are
have
boys.
a fairly equal chance. Okay, so I'm going to tell you right now. There was recently a literally like worldwide popularity poll for Fire Emblem. There have been two now. The first one the characters who won the first one were cut from the running for the second one. That's important to note. The first one, the top 2 men were Ike in number 1 and Roy in number 2. The top 2 women were Lucina in number 1 and Lynn in number 2. No, sorry, it was Lynn in number 1 and Lucina in number 2. The second one,
I hope Lynn gets in the game, if anything.
Lynn was.
I was just about to. I really, really want Lynn, but I have to say, and I'm sure the Fire Emblem community is like really likes Lynn, and I know she was in Fire Emblem Warriors, but that to me that doesn't say anything other than people like Lynn. I don't think Marin's going to be in it just because she was in Hyrule Warriors. I'm just saying I like Lynn and I want her, but I just her game isn't that big of a deal. I don't know. I know it was the first Fire Emblem.
I'm going to stop you right there right now. FE7, Lynn's game is one of the biggest and second or third most popular in the series. I'm telling you that right now. Her game is big. Like this is coming from someone in the community. Her game is big.
I know that. It's just
okay.
Okay, another thing to keep in mind.
May I finish my the thing about the popularity?
Sure. Sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and here's another reason why I kind of think Celica's in the running to get in. The results of the second popularity contest were number 1 for male was Hector, number 2 was Ephraim, number 1 for female was Celica. So that's something to consider. That's it. That's all I was gonna say. That's all I was going to say.
You guys we also have to keep in mind that Fire Emblem is a very huge series with a lot of important characters, and there's no way we're going to get all of them.
Oh, no, absolutely. And, if you want an idea of how bad it is, even Fire Emblem Heroes, like the game that's been out for over a year now and is kind of meant to represent the whole series, the main
doesn't have Ike.
Yes, it does. It has.
Sorry.
It has 3 Ikes.
No, it doesn't have.
I meant Warriors. Oh. My bad. Doesn't have Ike.
No one gives a fuck about Warriors.
Oh, okay.
But no, it's
3 Ikes.
What I was gonna say was Thracia 776, the 5th game in the series, is the only one who does not have its lord yet, and its lord was only just announced last week.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
After a whole year, so.
Yeah, and prior to Smash 4, I would have said that if we're going to get new Fire Emblem characters, they're going to be the lords of the games, but obviously they broke that with Robin.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Robin's a bigger deal than fucking Chrom.
Yeah.
People still barely give a shit about
Alex,
Chrom.
Did you want to bring up that joke that you made about Chrom coming back?
Well, yeah, because he was like...
Because at the end of the Robin...
Because he's... said,
I guess I'll get my chance another day.
Yeah,
okay, I want to add on to this joke because in Fire Emblem Heroes they recently had a new Chrom. They have a second Chrom now, no, third now because they're Christmas Chrom. Anyway, they have a new Chrom, and his line for when he's activating a special, I shit you not, is I'm being helpful.
Wow.
So I mean, I'd argue that Alex might actually bring out a good point.
Yeah, he literally said, like, it's almost like Sakurai was like, he'll be
hey,
back in another game.
Maybe. Hey, he might be back. And
I mean, if you want to make that argument, sure, but I still think they're going to keep Robin, and Robin's final smash is Chrom. So
they can change that.
They could.
So
but the dual strike is kind of a big deal to Fire Emblem Awakening.
It really
I don't
is.
think.
I'm with Anthony here. So
it's like the first. Yeah.
So that kind of brings me back to the Celica point. I mean, I know I'm beating a dead horse at this point, but if they add Chrom, if they add Chrom, I'm going to call this. If they add Chrom, they're dropping Robin and adding Celica. I'm calling that, but that's an if. No. That is an if. Only if Chrom gets added. Otherwise, it's purely speculation.
I'm honestly confused why Fates or whichever Awakening got 2 reps for some reason. Like, why did that?
Well, okay. To be fair, only one was a clone.
Yeah, one was
so,
but still, like
it
the
wasn't.
implication.
It wasn't like
okay, they're important enough to be in the game.
It's Fire Emblem. You had to have your waifu.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, the fact that it took 4 Smash games for us to get a waifu from Fire Emblem Says
Fire
a lot.
Emblem is the honey pop of RPGs.
Yeah.
Or whatever
Um,
genre it is. I forgot what it's called.
We got to talk about how Fire Emblem 6 has been in development, and we've known about it for over a year,
16. you
which
mean?
means 16. As I said 6 by accident.
Yeah.
16. That's kind of big to me. I feel like if we hear more about it soon, we
There-
could expect a character from that.
I swear to
You
God.
know,
I wanted to mention
because
that as well.
Sakurai did that with Greninja.
So, I wanted to actually mention that as well. I completely forgot. Fire Emblem 16. A lot of people are speculating what it could be. A lot of people are speculating it could be. There are a
A
few
remake
things-
or
It could be another remake. There are a lot of hints pointing to such. But there's also a lot of hints. There have been a lot of quote unquote leaks to kind of a gothic effie that
remakes.
with like demons and shit. Like actual demons, like succubi and shit. It sounds really fucking dope.
right.
So it could
Yeah, I
be
love
that.
me some succubus hentai, dude. Same.
Shut up.
But yeah, no, like, so there are a lot of things that FE16 could be, and since we have had zero fucking news, which is exactly why I chose the Inkling thing. By the way, I'm gonna go and get the silhouettes thing off because we've moved well past that. The Inkling, which is exactly why I
right.
chose the falchion for the Inkling eye, because it was
Right.
kind of a double layered meme with the discourse we had in deciding who the Fire Emblem silhouette was, and
Right.
fucking no fucking FE news.
Yeah, I was actually really surprised about that.
I was too. Everyone, literally everyone was expecting it.
I think we're gonna get news on it at E3, but we're getting kind of carried away right now.
Yeah, we are. We are so off topic right now.
But okay, so basically, no one has come to a consensus. I will say this: we're getting a new Fire Emblem character. Like, you can bet the farm on it
Oh,
because
no,
we've got
fuck
a new
yes, we are.
character every game. So if we got one in Brawl, we got one in Smash 4, and of course we had Marth in Melee. You know, it's like a new character technically.
Yeah.
So I think we're getting a new Fire Emblem character.
Flash.
The biggest debate, I guess, is who is sticking around because we're all pretty much unanimously agreeing that Lucina and Roy are gone, or at least Lucina. We can't entirely agree on Robin and Corrin. So that's basically what to take away from that.
Pretty much. Martha and Ike are
So
definitely staying, without a doubt.
yes, yeah, I don't think there's any debate on that.
Nope.
So let's move on to Pokemon.
Pokemon, yes.
Yes. So
Decidueye, please.
Yes.
Please.
Yeah. Before we get into that, I want to talk about old characters. Pikachu, Jigglypuff are locked in.
Absolutely.
I'm kind of betting the farm that they're sticking around. Charizard, I want to say, is sticking around as well.
I would like
Not-
it, but I don't know if
Not-
he is a guarantee.
Really?
I don't think
I
he's
think
a
he's a
guarantee. I think he has a really good chance, but I don't know if he's a guarantee.
Charizard is iconic.
Really? Yeah, I really am curious as to why you think that because Charizard is huge. Like he's a massive Pokemon, probably the second most popular
curious.
Pokemon.
I
in the
don't
game.
know what it is. Something just tells me that it just gives me this feeling that he doesn't have a guaranteed shot. I think he has a really fucking solid shot, but I just get this feeling that there just might be some
interesting.
slim shot that he won't. I don't
I'll tell
know
you what's
why
not
they
going to
wouldn't,
happen.
but Greninja's not coming back.
Everyone's. Oh, okay. Let's get into that in a second. I want to say what's not going to happen is Charizard's going to be replaced by Pokemon Trainer. That's not going to fucking happen.
Fuck
A lot of people
no.
said
I
that.
think they might add
Now
him in
that-
as separate characters.
He's not coming back, I'm pretty sure.
No,
Trainer?
Trainer's never
Yeah.
coming back.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's never coming back.
Sorry
Yeah,
about
Red's
that.
not coming back.
Feels bad.
Okay, should we talk about Mewtwo? What about Mewtwo? Do you guys think Mewtwo's back?
Mewtwo's gonna come back. He's too iconic at this point. Plus,
Really?
he was really
No way.
really popular in Smash 4, like
I
really
think
fucking
Mewtwo-
popular.
Yeah, he was.
And Charizard, people liked him, but he wasn't, amazingly popular.
Obviously, he was bad in the game, but I mean, still,
He
Charizard's
wasn't
a
even, he wasn't
huge
even
deal.
necessarily bad. You could do some shit with him. It was just, he was really fucking low tier.
Yeah.
But I don't know, just something. I don't know. I
I
definitely-
want to.
Okay,
Mewtwo's
no.
coming back.
Let me change my stance. If Mewtwo comes back, he'll be his DLC.
You
No, he
think
won't.
what?
Again?
No.
Yes.
I disagree with that. First of all, I don't think Sakurai is even thinking about DLC yet.
Guys,
I mean, he could be, but
Nintendo is all about that DLC nowadays. Holy
if he is
shit.
thinking about DLC now, it's for characters that he wants in the game, like in the final product that just he doesn't have time to develop for. You know, I think which could include Mewtwo or Wolf or something.
No, Mewtwo cannot be DLC again.
Yeah,
why would Sakurai? Why would he be the first DLC character that he thought of? He was like, "Yeah, I thought about it, and like he's gone again, and he's gonna be DLC again." I know he was free to pick up both versions of the game, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna be in the base game.
I have zero faith in Nintendo at this point when it comes to DLC. I am 100% certain that. Have you seen their DLC practices recently? Holy fuck!
Yeah, but they've been doing a really good job,
dude.
If you ask me.
What?
Octo expansion is badass. The Breath of the Wild expansion is good. The Mario Odyssey is free LC.
I don't know. There have been plenty of maybe it's just the games I play, but holy shit, there have been so many examples of really fucking terrible DLC.
Well, man, if you're looking at Awakenings, yeah, that was trash, but...
Oh, no, I'm not even looking at Awakenings. I'm talking about fucking Echoes. Echoes fixed itself by making it so that the season pass is decently cheaper than the final products. But the final products... Let me put it this way.
We're getting really off topic.
No. I need to say this. Let me put it this way. In Echoes, if you didn't buy the season pass, you had to pay $16 for 8 classes. I shit you not.
That does sound pretty shitty. We gotta keep in mind that Intelligent Systems is handling that, and Intelligent Systems is not the same corporate structure as Nintendo.
Yeah, they're not intelligent.
Honestly, we're getting off topic, but I really hate what they're doing right now. But let's just get back to Pokemon.
Pokemon, yeah.
What about Lucario, guys?
I want Lucario to stay in. I just like Lucario.
I say he's
Lucario's sticking in the game. He's been in 2.
Yeah, the fact that he's been in 2.
He's too perfect for for fighter 2.
Yeah.
So I'd say Lucario's staying in.
So, but Greninja, you think Greninja's gone?
Yeah.
No.
I don't want him to be gone, but I'm not sure about that.
I think
I feel like he probably will be.
Again, my argument with the whole he literally chose him because he thought he looked cool.
No, I take it back. I don't think Greninja's gone.
No, I think he's sticking. Greninja's one of the coolest characters.
Let me explain why I don't think he's gone.
I agree.
Let me explain why I don't think he's gone. Ash Greninja is obviously his new final smash.
Oh, you think so? No, I don't think they're going to include a reference. I don't think they're going to include a reference to the anime in Smash.
It's basically a Mega Evolution, though.
Kind of. I don't dislike his current Final Smash, to be honest. I know it's kind of.
But at the same time, I would say that that's too perfect an opportunity to waste for publicity and shit.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of
imagine how many people are like, "Oh my god, it's Ash Greninja."
I will say though, Taruno, your argument for Ash Greninja is kind of the reason why I think he will stick around, because he was a big deal in Gen 6 and the anime. He was kind of more important than Pikachu in the anime.
He really was, though.
Really?
So, to me,
I think
Greninja
was more important than Pikachu in the anime.
Yeah, that's a very fair point. So, yeah, I think, for sure, we're going to get...
I think Pikachu is getting cut, fuck him.
Now, with that said, we have to look at... Shut up, Alex. We have to look at what we've said so far. We've decided that Pikachu, Jigglypuff, Mewtwo, Charizard, Lucario, and Greninja are all likely. We don't all agree that they're definitely coming back, but we all agree that it's likely to see all 6 of them return.
Yes.
No. I'm pretty sure Jigglypuff will stick around, Mewtwo, and Lucario. They are for sure. Greninja too. I think they're coming back, dude.
Yes.
Okay, so that means we have 6 Pokemon characters. That's a pretty big number.
We're all unanimous on yes, they are fucking coming back.
I swear to God, if Jigglypuff is DLC, I will fucking sue Nintendo. I swear to fucking God, if she is not the most broken piece of shit ever, there is no reason why she would be DLC. Because every time Nintendo drops a DLC, they're fucking crazy good.
That's true. Yeah, that's a really good point. Not
I mean,
Roy
Roy,
though.
Roy was just good. He wasn't like crazy good though.
He had like
I'm talking about
Potential.
later.
He had the best.
Yeah,
He had the best. tactics in the
Ryu,
game, guys,
Corrin,
am I right?
Cloud, and Bayo are ridiculous. Anyway,
And God.
so that's 6 Pokemon characters, and if we're in agreement that Mario is probably not getting a new character, I mean we didn't all agree to that, and they are
thought
dropping
you were about
Dr.
to say-
Mario. What?
I thought you were about to say, I think we're all in agreement that Mario won't be in the game.
Yeah, we're all in agreement of that.
He's
on that
only been
point.
confirmed. But
Yeah,
no, he's
exactly.
totally not going to be in the game.
It's like they wouldn't confirm him to be the first character.
Yeah, it's a
but anyway,
different Mario. He died. There's a different Mario game theory.
what I'm saying is Mario, historically, as a franchise, has always had more characters than every other franchise, including Pokemon. The only exception would
guys,
be if you count
I just had
Pokemon Trainer and Smash Brawl. What?
sorry, I just had the most random thought. I'm so sorry
What's
if I
that?
interrupted you. Is this technically the first Smash game where Mario was not the first character to appear?
In a trailer?
In general.
guess.
No, because in Smash 4 they had the Villager trailer.
Was it the first one?
The
Are you talking
Villager
about the-
trailer, yeah. The
talking about
Villager,
Veteran?
that was the first trailer for the game, and it was literally just like the Animal Crossing like village, and then it was
is
like
that how it
Villager
got
opening the
revealed?
mailbox. Yeah,
I thought that was just a character trailer.
That was for the whole game, dude.
that was the first trailer for the whole game. Yeah,
Shit, I had never watched.
You
all of it.
remember, like,
it doubled as a
Mario-
trailer for
Apparently,
Villager.
you
like,
but-
watched
okay.
that trailer.
Dude, rewatch that. It's like Mario and Donkey Kong, Pikachu, I think. Link, I think.
It revealed Mario. Why are we
They
listening?
were
Why are we
like
doing this?
flying around and then like transitioned to Wii U graphics. It was so cool.
Oh yeah, you're talking about the 3DS to Wii U. Yeah, that was dope.
Okay.
That was so cool. I thought that was a
Anyway,
dope
so-
explanation.
No,
I-
sorry,
but
that
guess
was just
what, my-
completely random thought.
My point is, I think we are getting a new Pokemon character because we've always gotten a new Pokemon character. That again, it's like
Just like
Fire Emblem.
Fire
We've
Emblem.
always gotten a new one. So
Decidueye, please. Please.
yeah, I was gonna ask
No,
who, but
we're getting Dark Mewtwo. Everyone
if we
shut up.
do,
Shut
we're
the
getting
fuck up.
we're getting Luchador Pikachu, dude. Now,
Where
if we
have
do
I-
get a new Pokemon character, then we're going to have that's going to be 7, like assuming all 6 return, and that's going to be more than Mario characters if we don't get a new Mario character.
No, it would be the same. 7.
7. Well, I mean, assuming Dr. Mario doesn't come back because we all
Okay.
kind of agreed.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
But I mean, Pokemon
Anyway,
matched
I
Mario,
don't
didn't
think.
it?
I don't think it's like a matter of, Mario is the biggest, so it's like he has to be.
Yeah,
It's like,
Sakurai can do whatever the fuck he
Pokemon
wants.
has a varied cast of characters, so
Exactly.
they deserve to be in the game. I don't think it's because
Sure.
Mario's more important. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, no, I would say
So-
that, I would say absolutely. If we're gonna say that there's gonna be a new Pokemon, the biggest contender,
Decidueye.
not the shoe-in, but the biggest contender, because I don't think any new Pokemon's a shoe-in. But no, the biggest contender is
Same.
absolutely Decidueye,
Decidueye. I agree with you.
because he's just got such a really fucking cool moveset. Like with
He was a
Spirit
very
Shackle and shit.
prominent Pokemon. Yeah, and he was also very prominent in Gen 7.
Yep.
And I believe Ash has a Rowlet in the anime. I could be wrong.
Yes, he does.
He doesn't. Well, what does he
So-
have in the anime? I don't even.
Pretty
He
sure
has
it's
a
Rowlet.
What else? He has like 2 or 3, I think.
I don't fucking know, man. It's
Does he?
The Sun and Moon. The Sun and Moon anime.
Guys,
I've heard that the
obviously
Sun and Moon anime is
Papio.
actually good, but like, fucking the animation style is so fucking terrible. I can't get into it.
But we also have to keep something in mind
Yes,
that this Pokemon game, there's a new Pokemon game coming out for the Switch.
it has not had. It has had zero announcements
Yeah.
other than hey, this exists. So I don't think it's.
I know. I'm just saying if we hear something about it, I'm gonna say this. If we don't hear anything about it coming into E3, like once E3 approaches, I'm gonna say it's not coming this year.
Nope.
But if it does come this year, to me that says Gen 8 is the most recent Pokemon, and that's where they would look for a new character.
I don't know. I
That's
don't
all
know.
I'm saying. If it happens,
I don't know.
I don't want to say for sure that it
I'm
will
not
or
gonna
won't.
say you're
but
wrong.
if
I
it
don't
happens.
entirely agree, but I also don't entirely disagree. So I'm just kind of like, eh.
Right. So, any other Pokemon you guys think? Anything
I mean,
else?
the only one I can think of is Torracat, but fucking
Wobble-
Cinnamoroar. Cinnamoroar needs to suck my dick and disappear.
What do you have against this way? A Cinnamoroar?
Incineroar is my least favorite Pokemon of all fucking time. I hate it. with
Really?
a fucking burning passion.
I'm surprised about that. That's not exactly
I
the most
don't
common
like
option.
I don't like it that much either, but
It has the worst, in my opinion, by far, worse than Kling Klang, worse than fucking Garbodor. It is the
Vanilla?
worst
Talk shit on Kling
design
Klang.
for any fucking Pokemon. I fucking hate it. He
Hey,
shows
What
man.
about
man.
the ice
Clink
cream
Clang, man.
Pokemon? There's literally a Pokemon that's ice cream.
Vanillux, literally there.
fire out of his dick.
what the fuck? You're gonna have to edit that so it's not like ear rape. Anyway, it's interesting. I don't like. It's funny because if Lucas were here, he would be like, "Fuck you, man." He loves Incineroar.
Well, he can go fuck himself. I'm sorry, I fucking hate Incineroar so
Hey
much.
man, he was
Okay.
the like fourth firefighting in a row that just happened to not be firefighting, despite being a luchador. Because
Yeah, that's
they realized too
weird.
late.
I saw. I
They
mean,
were like,
it was
No,
a black
yeah,
and red. It was a
okay.
black and red cat.
No,
How was it
move on.
not going to be fire or dark?
They were like, "Hey, we already made this Pokemon and we wanted it to be firefighting," but then they were like, "Wait, but everyone hates that, so make it Fire Dark instead." I don't know. I don't want to say Incineroar is likely at all because I don't. I think as far as more likely, that just definitely Decidueye, but he is a wrestler, which means he has potential for fighting.
No, which is exactly why I
So-
said he was an option, but I don't want him.
Yeah, honestly, I'd
Um,
rather have Hawlucha.
Okay, so I feel like we should start wrapping up and just continue this in another episode. Because it's getting kind of late.
Yeah.
Why?
It's been almost 2
No!
hours.
on Game Grumps.
No, I thought we were gonna go late.
We can go late. I was saying, like, we should probably obviously not plan to cover every fucking franchise. And there's one thing I would like to mention that isn't related to any franchise, but I might not have time, so I don't know.
Go ahead.
There is one thing that my friend kind of memed about. It was kind of a no, it's not gonna fucking happen. But it is something to consider at this point. And that this is gonna sound fucking insane,
What?
So let's go. Come on,
but
let's hear it.
we should really kind of think about options from the Shin Megami Tensei series, because it is big on Nintendo
Dude.
now. And
Oh God.
and the Persona.
Can we wait?
Yes.
Can we
let's
wait?
Let's wait.
Yeah, Bomberman.
I want to do third parties at the end, but I'm saying now that we're getting into like the smaller franchises for Nintendo, so I feel like we're gonna be quicker. We're gonna get through them quicker.
That's fair.
All right, Star
I do
Fox.
have one question. Do we think
Go
that
ahead.
Mii's are going to be in the game?
Who?
Okay, I wanted to talk about that at the end too, but if we're gonna bring it up now, we can totally bring it up now because there's
They're
really
gonna
no
be in
time
the
for
game.
Mii's.
They're gonna
Say
be
that
in the
again,
game.
Kyle?
Mii's.
Actually, no. I don't,
What are you saying?
You know what? No, I don't think they will be. Are Mii's even a thing on the Switch?
I
There
don't
are
know.
things.
Kind of are.
Mii's are you use them for your profile, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I would.
can play as them in Mario Kart. They're not
Okay.
as prominent on the Wii or Wii U at all.
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah.
that'll change, like a social networking thing, like a Miiverse update. Because Miiverse wasn't in the Wii U. I think pretty sure it wasn't there immediately.
Okay.
Or was it?
It was, but they didn't announce it when they announced the Wii U. They didn't announce Miiverse.
I would like
Okay.
to offer one very simple reason on why I don't think Mii's will be in. I'm not saying that they
Go ahead.
definitely won't be, but I just don't think they will be. And that is that at this point in Nintendo's life, Mii's are a 3DS thing, not a Switch thing. You have multiple 3DS games making use of Mii's now coming out nowadays, while with Switch it's just kind of like they're there.
It's interesting because when Mii's were put into Smash Bros, I always made the argument that they kind of deserved it just based on they were big on like the Wii. They were just kind of big for the Wii as as a console, and then they moved as we went on to more consoles, they were also prominent on that. So I figured just based on legacy, Mii's deserve to get in. But when they added them for the sake of you can put yourself in the game, you can put whatever character you want in the game, and they didn't really represent Mii's through their moveset. They were just kind of like, hey, fighter, gunner, swordsman.
Because Mii's represent you. That's literally the point of their name, me.
Yeah, I know. That's my point. That's what I'm saying is when Smash 4, they were like, it's all about just putting yourself in the game. And now
It's all about me.
there's a lot less of a desire for that. I feel.
Probably because
But I
the
don't
Mii's
know.
were garbage in Smash 4.
I don't know about
Yeah.
you, but
Fuck me.
I
They
look
suck.
at me porn on a regular basis. So fuck out of here.
You what?
Mii's are
Look at
fun
me,
to
Rule
meme with.
34.
What?
Shut
What?
up.
Why
Shut
are
the
we being
fuck
Rule
up,
34 to this?
Alex.
I'm
Oh
gonna
my
God.
okay. You think I'm joking? That's a thing.
I know it
porn?
is.
Rule 34
I've
is
seen-
literally if there's porn, if it exists,
If it
there
exists,
is porn
there
of it.
is.
I've seen that swap note girl, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Anyway,
Okay, but she's not a me. She's like actually drawn
she's a
out.
me.
No, but she's drawn out. Like she draws herself, and she doesn't look like a me exactly.
Anyway, I don't know. I really don't know if they're gonna keep
Anyway.
me's.
So
I think
Nikki's gonna
that-
get smashed.
There's no reason for them not to keep them, but there's also like, I don't know.
There are reasons why you could see it in them being cut, but there are no reasons not to keep them, if that makes sense.
Exactly.
They're just
But me
there.
promo.
So that was quick. I was really interested in talking about me's, but hey, we already did it.
I mean,
All right, Star Fox.
Star Fox, Star Wolf, is he in? I don't know. Done.
I know
more
next
than
time.
that. There's more to it than that, because I want to mention how if Wolf comes back, he's gonna. I don't think he is, because if we don't have the most recent Star Fox was 0, they completely rebooted Star Fox again, and Wolf had a new
Yay.
design in that. It was his old design technically, and the Wolf from Brawl was Assault Wolf. So if they're going to bring back Wolf, they'll have to redesign him again. And I don't know if Sakurai is even interested in doing that, or just the team is interested in being like, hey, we should, if we're going to bring back Wolf, we should redesign him. But I will say for sure, Crystal is not coming back. I said coming back, but she is not going to be in the game. Because, she just doesn't she's so disconnected from the franchise at this point.
Yep, I agree.
Also, can I bring up the point that Sakurai? Well, I guess it's kind of invalidated because of Breath of the Wild link, but still, I don't think he's too keen on updating characters aside from important ones.
Right.
Let's be real, Star Fox is not as important as Zelda,
It's
but
not,
he has refused to update characters like Ganondorf and fucking Zelda.
Yeah, that's obnoxious.
So
It's
that's
not
annoying, and he can probably just ignore that. Be like, fuck Zero, who cares? He's gonna stay the way he was in Brawl.
No,
I don't
I
give a
agree with you. I agree that Sakurai could just do that, but I don't know. Wolf isn't even that big of a deal though. He kind of didn't even deserve to be in Brawl. He was just he's not even the third most important Star Fox character, if you ask me, or even the fourth.
Slippy though, Slippy gotta be in the game.
So yeah, let's talk about Slippy.
No, let's not.
Slippy is not likely. I'm not gonna call Slippy a shoo-in, a likely character. But the thing is, of every character in Star Fox franchise, he's been in every game. He's the he's the engineer for the Star Fox team, which means there's a lot of moveset potential for him. And now he has his own game, Star Fox Guard. So I'm not saying he's in, or even that
Guys,
likely.
Not only that, he's
You know
different
what?
enough as his own character to
I'm-
be he's pretty unique.
All right, if
He's
we're
super
calling
unique, yeah.
If you think mechanic characters are good enough to get in, you know what? I'm calling him Edward Elric going to get in. He's not even a mechanic, but
Who?
fuck it.
No, I'm
Who?
just saying. I'm saying
Nothing.
he has a lot of moveset potential because of that. That's all I'm saying. More
No, I
than
gotcha. No,
Wolf.
I-
more than Crystal.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, Crystal's just another fucking furry.
I guess
Really
Crystal does have
furry.
pole arms and explosives, but all I'm saying is if we're gonna get a new Star Fox character, I honestly see Slippy getting in sooner than Crystal, way sooner than Peppy.
Okay, so
And
sorry. I'll bring this up whenever we finish Star Fox. Hold on. Sorry.
go ahead.
I was gonna say, I was looking at stream chat and someone brought up something that I need to address right now.
Link me to the stream, dude.
Golden Sun's not gonna be in the fucking game. Golden Sun's dead. Get over it.
We'll get to that when we get to characters from franchises that aren't in Smash.
Hey, Trito, way to make someone want to leave the stream.
Can you link me to the stream so I can see the chat?
Yeah, I'll post it. We
All right, I'm gonna go into Kid Icarus. Kid Icarus was a big deal going into Smash 4 because there was Uprising. Unless you guys had more to say about Star Fox, but I'm just kind of trying to lightning through these. Oh god, I hear myself.
Yeah,
just lower the
trying to
volume.
mute the internet.
Oh wait,
Yep. Anyway.
someone talk.
Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Yeet.
Okay, I think my mic sensitivity is really high because I'm seeing it pick up on my. Hold on, let me pick it up. Let me fix it then. Hold on.
I'm just gonna. No one had anything to say about Star Fox. I'll move into Kid Icarus.
Okay, I think that should fix it.
What the heck? I don't mind.
Okay. Kid Icarus is not a big deal as a franchise anymore. At least not now that Uprising isn't the most recent game, and there hasn't been a game since. Palutena got in kind of on a technicality, just due to Sakurai making the game. I think she's gonna stick around. A lot of people think she's gonna be cut, but I think she's gonna stay.
I think she will purely for representation.
Yeah, because it just kind of seems weird to me that Kid Icarus. Oh, I said this to Alex earlier. The fact that Pit is one of the characters they're showing off in the silhouette, or at least we can assume that's Pit.
It's pretty safe to say it's fucking
says. Yeah, says to me that the team still considers Kid Icarus a big franchise, and at that point, Palutena is the only character in Smash 4 that deserves to stick around other than Pit. Which brings me
make
to
an argument for Phosphora, but that's really the only character that you can.
Oh, I'm just saying. No, I'm not talking about new characters. I'm talking about returning characters.
Oh, okay.
Which, by the way, Dark Pit's gone. I think we can all agree that Dark Pit
Yeah,
is.
fuck yeah.
Alternate costume.
Please.
Yeah,
I would be
at
Instead of a
least
character.
if anything, he'll be an alt. But he is gone. He is the character, the one character that nobody wanted. Basically, everyone was upset at his inclusion, even though it didn't detract.
He didn't even want to like. Can I just point out, Sakurai didn't even want to like reveal him as a character. He was literally like, "Oh,
yeah,
hey Pit," like at the end of the trailer for Palutena.
yeah, exactly. Sakurai knew that he was a lame character, so he was just like, "No,
Like it would be backlash." So he was like, "Let's just like sneak him in the last second or two."
Exactly. So yeah, Dark Pit's gone. I think we can all agree.
Yes, absolutely.
At least I hope he is. I hope Sakurai's smart enough to realize that no one wanted him and he's gone. Now, for new characters, I know not everyone has played Uprising, so I'm gonna be brief. I'm gonna be brief on this. The character that I would see the most, you mentioned Phosphora, and I think she has a chance. I don't know if she's as likely as like Viridi. But even Viridi is not as likely to me as Hades, the main villain of the game.
Okay,
I feel like Hades would be another big,
yeah, I was about to say
slow character.
Another big sneak peek.
I was gonna say I could probably see Sakurai making the Ridley argument for him.
I would disagree because
I don't know. I've
never
played the game. I've never seen him. I've never seen if he
No,
has
he
like.
wouldn't.
If he has
He'd
like
be decently sized, but
yeah, they could easily scale him down. Like he could just be Ganondorf size, you know.
That's true, I guess.
I don't think Hades. I don't think Hades is gonna be in the game because I know that Kid Icarus is not that big of a deal.
Also, sorry, Stream Chat made a good point. Viridi never fucking fights.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, I do want to point out. Yes, Dark Pit is cool in Kid Icarus Uprising. That is true, but he is not. Nobody wanted him in Smash, and no one's happy. No one was happy to see him, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's all I meant.
Plenty of people would want him as like an alt. No one would be unhappy with him as an alt, but as a full character, fuck no, please, dear God, get rid of him.
Pit already has a Dark Pit alt.
Yeah, he did in Brawl.
He did in Brawl, but then they were like, "Oh, he's a character."
Make him his own character. Yeah. And everyone made jokes about, hey, maybe they'll make Dalmatian Duck Hunt his own character in the next game.
Hey, maybe.
Anyway. Anybody else got anything to say about Kid Icarus? Because really. I think we're all in agreement. It's not that big of a franchise.
I don't know that many things that could be put in Icarus. Besides
it's had literally 2 games.
Sort of guy.
One of which.
Well, 3. One that wasn't released in America, but
I've never heard of the second.
I'm sorry, wasn't released in Japan. Sorry.
I've never even heard of whatever the third one is.
There's of Myths and Monsters. It was on the Game Boy. Exactly. No one's heard of it. Sakurai didn't even know it exists before making Uprising. He literally did not know that game existed.
Wow. Okay.
Someone said something in the chat.
Well, technically, for Itty Fights, it's just verbal. We can't just be reading the chat the whole time, guys. Come on.
I mean, it's important. It's important to acknowledge the chat if they bring up
It's
good
important.
points.
That's the reason the chat sticks around half the time.
Exactly.
We should address it. Yes, I'm just saying we can't just read it every time. Hey, someone says something.
I'm just saying that.
Hello, chat. You're cool. We love you.
Welcome.
All right, let's small one. Mother.
Lucas, if he's staying around, that's it.
So yeah, do you guys think Lucas is sticking around?
I think he has a chance,
Yes.
but I don't think he's a shoo-in.
I think
actually,
he's
you know what?
sticking around.
No, I'd say he's a shoo-in just because, again, same reason I say Palutena is a shoo-in, being representation.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Think he's coming back.
They
there's
showed
no
off
way.
again. Ness is a character they showed in the silhouettes.
Presumably.
You know, presumably they're presenting Mother as another kind of big franchise for Nintendo. It's obviously not that big, but it's big to Smash Bros. At the least. So to me, at the very least, they're going to keep the characters that the franchise already has. Because like Ness is important, sure, but Lucas is like he represents his own game.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's
To me,
important.
there's no reason why Lucas will be removed, but I know a lot of
Yeah, I
people
don't
are
think
vying
there's a
for his removal.
New character though?
I don't see any new characters.
I don't either.
Like, there are some arguments you can make, but none that, like, are good enough to...
Anyone who says Ninten is fooling themselves because Ness is basically Ninten.
Yeah, I think Nintendo is like an alt.
Wasn't Earthbound more or less, like, basically a rebooted one? More than a sequel?
No. It's a... some people consider it that, but
Earthbound
no,
Beginnings
Earthbound...
was on the Wii U.
No, he's asking, wasn't Earthbound just a reboot of Mother 1?
No, I didn't mean...
Yes.
I mean basically. Like, pretty much a reboot.
It had the same, what's the word? Selection of characters. I mean, they weren't the same characters, but they had like one... You see Lucas as an alt. No.
No way.
I'm sorry, man. That's not going to happen.
Lucas is too popular to be just an alt.
Ness was basically Ninten. Jeff was basically... Fuck, I can't remember his name right now. Lloyd? Something like that. I'm sorry.
Poopy
one of them.
boogers.
Shut up. What the hell?
Guys, I just realized we haven't even addressed Zelda yet.
No, we're saving that for last. Didn't we agree we were saving that for last?
Are we saving it for after the third party or before?
No, I'm going to do Zelda before third parties and characters from not like franchises that aren't in the game, like, you know, Golden Sun, shit like that.
Hey guys, can I just point out I have to leave at 1 a.m.?
You mean
Why?
in 6 minutes?
I have work in the morning, so
Wait,
I'll
you have a
watch.
job? What the fuck?
This is a great conversation to have on the air, dude.
You should have mentioned this. God damn it.
Yeah.
I mean, we can
Sorry.
keep going, but it's... I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys keep
Let's do
going.
a
I'm
quick
just
minute
gonna,
on
I'm
Pikmin.
up to bounce.
Purple
I'm just going to
Pikmin?
say... I was going to say that if we're getting a new Mother character, it's going to be Porky because he's been in the most games. Anyway.
I would agree there. I would say...
I would love Porky.
Okay,
Yes,
I'm gonna
Pikmin.
say...
Go ahead.
If
Pikmin.
Alex is leaving, I say we just go straight into
You want to start off?
just go straight into third party because if Alex is leaving, he has a lot of insight on all of these games. I don't really. I have a lot more insight on like third party. So it's just like if we're losing Alex has a huge amount of insight that I don't have. I think we should save that for a time that Alex can be here to discuss it.
Oh, Truno, you think I'm important? Thank you so
You're
much.
so important, man.
Hey,
This is the gayest thing I've ever seen.
I don't give a shit.
All the
Fuck
Should
outta
way.
we go into Zelda? Should we not go into Zelda then?
I mean, we can start Zelda. Sure, let's go straight into Zelda. Let's do it.
All right, first let's cover. We already mentioned this. Link is Breath of the Wild Link. Or at the very least, we know Breath of the Wild Link is in the game. Obviously, we don't know that he's straight up replacing regular Link.
I think he will, and I think he's gonna have a 100% new moveset.
Okay.
I don't think so. I think
I don't
largely
either.
his smash attacks will be the same.
The smash attacks I can see
'Cause
100.
those-
I can see being the same.
Yeah, stuff like that, like tilts and shit, like aerials. Maybe a few of them change because, you know, some characters, like, let's say Meta Knight, he gets his aerials changed a bit every now and then.
I
From
think
Brawl to Smash 4.
There's a
think
lot of.
Maybe they'll change Link's shitty back here. I don't know.
I think the biggest thing that we can expect from Link in terms of a moveset change is use of different weapons, like actual weapons, not just his toolkit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you mean like
Like picking
Axe.
up weapons and shit, like like axes, bows, and shit like that. Like as an actual weapon. It's
Okay.
Not like I said, not like it's just like as neutral B or some shit, but like as like actual dynamic fighting style.
You
Do
know
we
what
think that
sucks?
the weapons will break like Robin?
I was about to bring that up. Yeah.
I was just about to ask that. Yeah.
You think it'll be like a Robin situation where he can't use them too much,
I would
and like
love
they
that.
don't fall off?
Maybe,
That
but again, I mentioned this before with Mario. They're not gonna. I don't think they're just going to completely change a character's moveset like that, especially someone who's been around since Smash 64 and has had the same moveset this whole time.
don't know.
Just don't think they're gonna change that.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, like you said, we don't know, and I really kind of don't know either. Like I think that I don't even know that Breath of the Wild Link is replacing regular Link. It could be an alt. It could be his own character. Like there's 3 Links now: Toon Link, regular
2
Link, and Breath of the
links.
Wild Link.
Shouldn't be that many links.
I think. Okay, you know what? I think.
What's that?
All right. I'm gonna say it. If Breath of the Wild Link is gonna be a separate character, I'm gonna say this. It's probably gonna be blasphemous, but I'm gonna say it. Toon Link's gone. If Breath of the Wild Link is a separate character,
You really?
yes.
No. No.
And here's why: because Toon
Go ahead.
Link is. I mean, he's got a different enough moveset in the way that his moves work to make him a semi-clone, but his moves are literally the same other than in how they work.
You know what? No, I have an argument for that because if they replace regular Link and he's different, that makes all the more reason to keep around Toon Link because not only does it represent that Link,
I was
it represents
saying
most Links from the series.
No, I was
because of his
Actually,
moveset.
no. What I was
Alex.
saying was, Alex. What I said was, sorry, I think you misunderstood me. What I said was, if they're gonna make Breath of the Wild Link a separate character from normal Link, then
Yeah.
Toon Link would be gone. That's what I said.
I know, but like that's the thing. There's no need for that if he replaces regular Link.
Oh
There's
yeah,
no
no,
need to remove him.
I would
Here's-
really prefer if he replaced regular Link. Honestly,
If
Yeah, I
they
don't
decide
think he should be a character.
if they decide to replace regular Link, what we have now, with Breath of the Wild Link, I would say for sure Toon Link is gone. I know you guys are saying the opposite, but I
What?
think that because Toon Link would be a clone of a character of a moveset that doesn't exist anymore.
I would say
That
that.
makes him more unique.
Yeah, no, exactly. I was gonna say like that would be every reason to keep
All the
him
more
around.
reason to keep him around.
I don't. The uniqueness is not. I don't think what they're looking for though.
I mean, I don't know, man. I disagree.
I think that's a thing
Obviously,
they
from
would
like
want.
obviously
I
from
think
like a
they want
design
variety.
standpoint, from a design standpoint, I would say yeah, keep around Toon Link for the sake of having old Breath of the Wild Link. But when you have like you're looking at just Link, and he's being represented by like one game in the whole franchise, and then you have Toon Link, who's like the just supposed to be like a clone of him, like not exactly Link, and he has the more iconic like Zelda moveset, like the moveset that more represents Zelda as a franchise. That makes like less sense. That makes no sense to me. You know what I mean? Like, why would he have the moves? Why would he have the bow and the boomerang and all this stuff that's iconic to the entire franchise of Zelda? But Breath of the Wild Link is just around one game, and his name is Link.
Well,
you know?
All right, let's. Okay, then
Because
that
Breath of the Wild
means
Link has in my opinion, one of the most unique potential movesets in like the entirety of Nintendo.
You're right.
I think
I
among,
agree with you.
among
But
the Links, he has the best like potential, aside from like Majora's Mask Link, because
I mean,
He's
shit.
also dope.
Just think of the shit you could do with the magnet alone.
like Magnesis.
yeah, I hope it's only like a few things, because imagine fucking freezing someone in time and like you
Yeah,
hit
that would
them
suck.
and they
That
would
would
launch.
suck.
It'd be like Witch Time, but they just literally freeze and they're launched into the blast zone. That would be bullshit.
That'd be pretty
No.
obnoxious.
Yeah, I
Why did I roll my
I
R
think
there?
that
What
if
the
they
fuck?
include anything from Breath of the Wild, it would just sort of be half and half old and half new.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
I
thinking.
don't.
That's what I would
don't think-
prefer.
I don't think they're going to remove the bow, boomerang, bomb, hook shot that's been around since
Boomerang
maybe.
is definitely gone. Because not
Boomerang's
only is it
fucking
not
gone.
even in Breath of the Wild, it's kind of
There-
shitty. in Breath of the Wild.
There are
Boomerang's
boomerangs in Breath of the
fucking
Wild.
gone.
They suck though.
Boomerang's
There are
gone.
boomerangs in Breath of the Wild, and also the boomerang's been around since Zelda 1. Like it's almost more iconic to Zelda than the bow is, man.
I don't know about that.
Maybe not to Breath of the Wild, but I would.
I don't know.
I guess-
Bow
All right,
Well,
at least
it's been around
fucking,
since Zelda
at least
1,
change it. Can they hope? I hope they change it from the Gale Boomerang because I fucking hate that thing.
Yeah, I don't like the Gale boomerang either, and I'm
You're
pretty sure they
annoying as
will.
shit.
If Link is Breath of the Wild Link, then I'm sure they will because the Gale boomerang's not in Breath of the Wild.
I
Honestly,
don't like the gay boomerang. That's just annoying. Fuck.
Okay. What were we gonna say, Toronto?
I was just gonna say, like, I feel like if they did a, didn't Breath of the Wild have not like the stamina, but like an energy mechanic to like using weapons
Yes.
and shit. I would say that like if they're gonna keep bombs, they're gonna add that in. Maybe I don't
There's
What do
know.
you
no
mean?
elemental like addition to bombs. They're just bombs.
Well, no,
Yeah,
I
the
know.
bombs are just you just pull them out and you have infinite bombs. It's
Oh,
kind
okay,
of
they
weird.
don't, they don't drain energy.
No.
Oh, okay, never
No, they don't
mind.
drink stamina at all. It's not like a magic meter Link has. He just can
Yeah.
do stuff.
You can just
Which is
pull,
kind of ridiculous.
just pull the bomb up.
The
from
most
literally
we
out of
get to like a
fucking
magic
nowhere.
meter in that game are the divine beasts like gifts. Or,
No, guys,
you know,
I got it.
champions.
I know exactly. I know Link's new moveset. He
What's
pulls
that?
out his iPhone and deletes everyone.
Dude, hell yeah. He pulls out the Switch and starts playing Breath of the Wild.
Just like sits on the stage and is playing it.
Yeah.
All right, so I think we went into a lot of detail about Link. Okay, I want to say though about Toon Link. I didn't really mention this. Not even what I already said, but just Toon Link was one of the characters I expected to be cut the most from Smash 4.
I can see why.
Yeah, but
I love him, so I'm glad he returned.
now that he's been in 2 games, I feel like he has a good chance. And but I also want to mention that he kind of only stuck around because Wind Waker HD was really like a recent. So they were like, hey, Wind Waker HD, it's a big deal, right? And they're like, okay, let's keep Toon Link. And now that Link hasn't really been in a game. I guess Triforce Heroes kind of has a similar art style to that Link.
Toon Link
But
has had a bunch of games. What are you talking about?
no, I'm saying we haven't had a Toon Link game in a long time.
Yeah,
That's all I'm
but
saying. I'm not saying that means he has to go. I'm
you
just
can't
saying.
argue that about a bunch of characters.
No, you're totally right. I'm just saying that this is a character who is another version of an already existing character. And we're already kind of talking about maybe Breath of the Wild Link coming in and being a new Link. And like you guys said, if there's 3 Links, that's a lot of Links, you know?
Yeah, it's the same
Yeah.
reason they cut out Young Link, because they were like, all right, that's a bit much.
He was
Yeah.
the weakest link.
Ha.
Yeah,
God damn it, Cal.
Okay.
literally, and yeah, figure.
All right, so we know Breath of the Wild Link is in Smash in some way. So, what does that say about Zelda and Ganondorf? Let's start with Zelda.
Zelda is
Zelda,
gonna be. Is
Please
Zelda,
not make her poopy boogers.
What?
We already know that Sheik is poopy boogers. He's referencing Arlo.
Oh,
We already know Sheik is around, which to me that is weird. Not weird, not
No,
Okay.
I think Sheik has become a huge icon in Smash and alone, so I think she'll be fine.
okay. So I want to
I
make.
think
I
it's
want to
just-
make this point of contention here. If Sheik is around, that shows that the eras of Zelda are going to mix even more than they already have.
yeah. I was gonna bring that up actually because in
Yeah.
Smash 4 and in Brawl, Link, Zelda, Ganondorf, and Sheik were all like Twilight Princess design. Even though Sheik wasn't in Twilight Princess, they kind of changed her design to fit that art style. So
Yeah, they did.
I was gonna say what you said, Toruno, was if Sheik is around and we already know we have Breath of the Wild Link, then that's 2 vastly different reps as far as like the Zelda franchise. So
Well, they
what does that
could.
mean?
Okay, they
Go
could update Sheik's design from Hyrule Warriors, which updated a lot of characters. I
Guys.
know it's not an important game, but
I
I,
don't
think
think so.
Damn it! I was gonna say Sia confirmed for Smash.
No. We're not
It was
getting any
gonna-
Hyrule Warriors
It was
characters.
gonna be a joke, but Alex completely
Okay.
ruined it by actually segueing into Hyrule Warriors. I'm gonna try to, I don't, whatever.
Okay,
I-
you want me to really now bring up that argument because Nintendo loves deep throating Hyrule Warriors. Okay, Nintendo loves that game way more than they should.
They
For
really
some
do.
fucking reason, they keep parading that shit around like it's fucking some kid who just got an A on his test to his mom or some shit. Like, here, look at the shit. Buy
It's
it.
just. It's not that they like the game. It's that it's like they love the franchise, and this is kind of a good game that like represents a lot of aspects of the franchise because there's so many characters from it.
It's a good game, but Hyrule Warriors Legends was supposed to be the fucking definitive version. But oh, never mind. I guess this is the new definitive version. Okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
I can't wait for Hyrule Warriors to be released for iOS.
And Andrews.
We're not.
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys, we're not getting any like. No
And
character's
GameCube.
design is going to be from Hyrule Warriors. We're not getting a Hyrule Warriors character because it's not really even a Zelda game. And even if it were, it's one Zelda game. It's not Breath of the Wild that's like big,
Excuse
massive.
you,
That's
it's 3
sold-
Zelda games. Fuck out of
Okay,
here.
you know what I meant.
Just fucking with me.
It's not like Breath of the Wild that's huge and that basically sold the Switch. And I don't know. That's basically my point is that it's not that big of a deal. They're not gonna change Ganondorf's design into Ganondorf from Hyrule Warriors or Zelda from Hyrule Warriors, you know?
Yeah, no, exactly.
I don't see that happening.
I agree.
But seriously, what are they gonna do with Zelda? Because, you know, is it gonna be Breath of the Wild Zelda? Are they gonna stick with Twilight Princess Zelda? Are they gonna go something else? Maybe
I think
Ocarina?
they're gonna keep. I think they're gonna
Yawning.
keep Twilight
The fact that
Princess.
Zelda has pretty much like, what are they going to pull inspiration from? Aside from just reworking her current moveset, you know, to be like, you know, Anthony's Dream, like a cool PM rework.
Yeah,
Which
I really want them to have.
Her entire moveset is just
Okay,
hitting
I
things with
think
her
that-
supple ass.
So
What were you
if
gonna-
they did Breath of the Wild Zelda, it would be a very different Zelda. Like, she would work with gadgets and stuff, maybe control like a little robot, some stuff like that.
You think so? You think they should have Guardians?
Yeah, I think that'd be interesting.
Oh yeah, dude. That'd be like her final smash. Because
It'd be a
Guardians
neat
were originally
idea.
meant to protect Hyrule Castle.
Yeah,
That's their
well,
job.
when I think of Zelda, and when I think of Zelda from Breath of the Wild, even I don't really think about the Guardians. I just think about
Well,
magic.
like, what would she have as a moveset if it was Breath of the Wild?
The champions: Rivali's Gale for up B, Daruk's Protection down B, Mipha's Grace standard B, and Urbosa's Fury
Wouldn't
side
that
B.
just coincide with Link's moveset? Replace the stupid spinny slash with Rivali's Gale. His shield animation would be Dark Protection,
No,
you know, all that
that'd be
stuff.
Wait,
weird.
so you're-
Mipha's Grace would be-
So you're saying that it should go to Link instead of Zelda?
No, that's
Yeah, 'cause
lame.
literally like
No.
that.
I disagree because Link has always, in every Zelda game, he's always been about wielding weapons. That's how he's represented in Smash Bros. Too.
Yep.
But Zelda has always been the man. Zelda in
Yeah, go ahead.
Melee and Brawl had Din's Fire, Nairu's Love, and Ferori's Wind, which were all moves that Link used in Ocarina of Time. They weren't moves that she used. So I feel
Alright,
like
yeah,
the same
you're right.
thing could, the same thing could be said
Alright.
for now.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're right. Yeah, because I don't want
Yeah.
Link's moveset to be drastically changed like that
Yeah.
to alienate people and be like, I don't fucking know how to do this. What the heck?
What the
Even
fuck is
further.
So
this
yeah, I
shit?
think that would be dope if Zelda would to use like Rivali's Gale. It would kind of work like Game Watch's up B, stuff like that. Just a bit slower.
And it's not like it's that out of the realm of possibility for her to have like a parasail, like that could be part of her up B, because you know she had the sailcloth in Skyward Sword. I mean, Link used it, but she gave it to Link. You know, a lot of
And-
these
A lot of characters can float. Like again,
that too, yeah.
not really. Game Watch can do that shit. He can he literally floats over people, and that's something you can do in the game.
With his up B, yeah.
Yeah,
And Peach
he
has
can
her
do that.
parasol.
Exactly that stuff. So that
Okay.
could definitely work. She could cancel it just like Peach, and then like do it again, just like in the game. But that's just
She
a theory.
could. She
A
could,
game-
yeah. Shut up. I hate you. We don't know that that's going to happen. We don't even know that they're going to change Zelda just because they changed Link. If they change Link.
Sure.
You know?
Zelda sucks.
Anyone else have anything to say about Zelda before I move on to Ganondorf? Because I have a lot to say about Ganondorf.
Oh, let's talk about Daddy Ganondorf.
Ganondorf freaking needs a new moveset. I'm
Desperately
so
needs a
sick.
new move.
I'm so sick of just clone Captain Falcon Ganondorf that's slightly stronger, and like it doesn't make sense. Like it doesn't make sense for Ganondorf to be based on Captain Falcon because
Flame choke. That's
Yeah.
fine.
I don't even know about that. Like honestly, he should just have a complete rework. I know he had Flame Choke in Twilight Princess, but I'm just saying.
What was that? Wait, it's an actual move?
Yeah,
I
he
thought
had
it
it
just
in
came out.
Twilight. He used it on. He used it on one of the sages in Twilight Princess. Spoilers for a over 10-year-old game.
Wow.
Ganondorf is like he just deserves his own moveset because in the Zelda games, he's always been about using magic and just being super menacing and powerful. He's like kind of like a warlock, you know, ish.
Yeah,
They don't
get rid of the shitty
Ganon.
I hope they get rid of the shitty Ganon like Final Smash.
Oh yeah,
That sucks ass.
That's
the
one thing that doesn't need to change.
I think it does. I hate it. It's so boring.
It's lame, but I mean, I don't know. The rest of his moveset is even lamer.
Yeah, but like, come on, dude. I want another transformation so he turns to Ganon, like giant Ganon. Because I love that one.
I guess. Like Ocarina of Ganon.
Yeah, that one is dope.
That'd be sick. I'm just saying, as far as like what needs to happen, Ganondorf needs a new moveset. But we're also getting off topic. Ganondorf is not in Breath of the Wild.
Technically.
Meaning, and if we have Link, technically, it's not Ganondorf, it's Calamity Ganon. Technically a different character.
Yes.
Why do they have to be tied together, though? I never understood that.
No, they don't have to be. I'm just saying that, you know, that's the closest thing to Ganondorf, you know, that we have. And I don't care what you guys say. They're not getting rid of Ganondorf. He's been in 3 Smash Bros. Games. They're not getting rid of him.
He's too important. He's the Bowser to the series, like.
Pretty much.
But that begs the question: if they are changing Link to Breath of the Wild Link, what do you think is going to happen to Ganondorf? Is he going to be Twilight Princess Ganondorf again? Go back to Ocarina Ganondorf, or what?
I think his design, like character design, will be like flexible, just like Wario's, where it's like there's many versions of Wario. Like there's 2. You know, they'll probably do like an Ocarina of Time thing. I don't know, but they definitely need to rework his like. They'll probably take something from each game,
Right.
like something from Wind Waker, something from Ocarina of Time, something from Twilight Princess. Obviously, I do not think they'll put that much effort into reworking him, because if they did, they would already have done that.
Yes. Yeah. Basically. I saw Toronto. Don't worry.
Okay.
We'll discuss it after we're done with Zelda. New characters. Do you guys want to talk about any new characters from Zelda?
Is there any new
I
really
want
new
Skull
characters?
Kid. I want
Okay,
personally. I want Skull Kid.
We were talking about Skull Kid earlier, and all I'm going to say is that Skull Kid's cool, and he's technically been in 3 games, so that's more than most Zelda characters. Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess. But
Wait, he was in Ocarina of Time?
Dude, spoilers! I didn't know he was in TP. Fuck you.
he's not on Twilight Princess. What are you talking about? Yeah, he was on Ocarina of Time. He was one of the kids you can find in the forest. You play instrument for him, and then he's like, "Oh, here's a heart piece."
Oh, neat.
Yeah, there's multiple of them, but he's the main one in Majora's Mask.
Yeah,
Literally.
it's technically like a race in Ocarina. But yeah, and then there's the main Skull Kid that appears in Majora's Mask with the Majora's Mask. And I would say that he's not, like, as far as, like, new characters, he's not too unlikely. But the fact that, like, Majora's Mask isn't really a big deal. I mean, it is. Sorry. Let me just...
Yeah, they made a remake of it.
It is a big deal, and they remade it. But it's not, like... as far as like when it comes to new characters, Sakurai is looking at like recency bias, like Greninja, Robin, Shulk. They added a bunch of characters because they were recently popular. And
Okay, but he also had a Duck Hunt who is old as fuck.
that's a retro character and does not follow the same rules. I'm just saying that doesn't follow the same rules. We'll get to that.
There's also
There's no rules. Sakurai just pulls where the fuck he wants.
Obviously, there's no rules. He does whatever the hell he wants. I'm just saying that, like, you have to look at, like, you can't say, you know, Duck Hunt's old, so obviously Skull Kid has a chance. No, it doesn't work that way.
like with the topic of recent popularity, like the game has been in development for some time, so like maybe there are some characters that were more popular at a time than
Yeah, I mean, that's something to consider.
Not only
But
does Sakurai do that, he looks at really cool characters when he thinks of them. He's like, I could make a moveset out of character.
Like Dark Pit. I'm just kidding.
No, like Ninja. And Skull Kid is fucking dope.
Yeah, but so is
Sure.
Midna or Girahim
I would love
or
to play as Medna.
Ravio. Like, there's so many Zelda characters. Like, none of them are more important than the other or more quote unquote dope than the other. Like, they all have reasons to be
Don't make
playable.
fun of me for saying dope. I will fight
I'm
you.
not making fun of you. I'm just copying you. Anyway,
Fine, epic.
epic.
You and Minecraft Let's Plays.
XD
Epic
random.
as fuck. Okay,
That's
so
all I'm
Steve for
saying.
my
That's
for
what I'm
Smash.
saying. I like Skull Kid, dude. I like Skull Kid, and I would not complain if he were playable. I'm just saying that he doesn't. It's you know, if he can get like talking time as far as like possibility, then so should literally every villain, side character, and you know, character that's appeared in a Zelda franchise. Midna and
Hey, but
Xanth
like,
and all that.
everyone would if Girahim or some shit would get in the game, everyone would be like, "Oh my god, he looks like Marth." Somebody literally made a mod of that, by the way.
Nah, dude, Girahim has so many unique moves. It has like tons of unique moves and Breath of the Wild, Skyward Sword. He's got like the little darkness things that like move forward that you have to like slash a certain direction. So he already has a projectile. He like disappears and reappears. Like I don't know. He's not just Marth. He's way more unique than that. Anyway.
Alright, okay.
So okay, y'all wanted to talk. Y'all were talking about like calling it quits here. We're getting pretty close to the end as far as like franchises.
Yeah, and I did not leave it at 1 a.m. like I said, just because I feel like we should probably just end it.
All right, so who from Puyo Tetris do we think is gonna get in?
Definitely S. Y'all.
Who was the
So-
guy who was constant innuendos?
So
Sorry?
Boobs the Bat. So Boobs the Bat will be in the game.
Yes.
Okay, if we're just gonna stay up talking about jokes, then we should actually move on. Like,
Yeah,
anybody got
okay,
anybody?
Like real talk, we should probably kind of. I'm getting quite tired. I'm the one.
Me too.
Shezzo.
I'm the one
Thank you,
recording and
Percy.
streaming.
That was Shezzo. Y'all get into man. I was hoping that. All right, y'all can. All right, just turn off the live stream, I guess.
Well, I have to. I'm the one recording too.
No, I know. Turn that off too.
Okay. Oh. Okay. So.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Subscribe
I'm
and follow.
gonna be the
follow if you
professional-
want to see us do more of this later in the future.
I'm gonna be the professional one and say we're gonna bookmark it here and we'll bring it back up whenever we do this again. If we do it again, we don't know if we're going to.
Yeah.
We don't even have a name for this, so who knows?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, welcome back to Game Explain.
Dun, 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 dun,
We're
dun.
cancer as
Bye,
fuck.
everyone.